Hello and welcome to the Easy Allies Resident Evil Requiem spoiler mode. I am Michael Huber, joined by Isla Hank.
Hello.
Michael Damiani.
How's it going, everyone?
And very special guest, Kyle Bosman.
Heck yeah.
We are here to talk about Resident Evil Requiem in its entirety. All the spoilers are on the table. So if you have not finished, or if you want to avoid all of this, back out now. Put a little bookmark in this, little pin. Come back later, because spoiler mode starts right now.
Spoiler mode, final warning, spoiler mode, activated.
All right, here we are. We are like a week after the Resident Evil has come out. The dust has settled a little bit. Everyone has beaten it probably numerous times. Damiani, just throw it out there. How many times?
Just once on every difficulty.
Okay.
And then for the final puzzle, I just unlocked that, but didn't finish that playthrough.
Nice.
I jumped back in last night because I bought the costumes that came with the special edition.
Yeah, what is that?
I didn't realize the RE4 Leon outfit was available. I was like, damn it, I wanted that. He looks good in the other
RE4.
The default outfits I thought were pretty good, but like I wanted one of those playthroughs. Man, I would have felt so awesome just to play through one of those with that jacket, that trademark jacket.
Yeah.
But the Grace one is like some exclusive thing for pre-orders only. It's called Apocalypse. She's got like a scarf. She looks so badass, and I'm like, you can't buy that anymore. You can't buy it anymore.
They'll put it up later. They always have the later one where you can pay to get infinite ammo and all that.
Kyle, did you see that the deluxe edition also has exclusive lore files?
I think they've done that before. I actually think they've done that before.
It's crazy.
And they unlock a charm, and when you find them all, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Come on.
They do?
Like, yeah, it's one of the challenge. It adds an extra challenge into your challenges. I'm like,
I didn't know that.
I was like, that's that.
What's the charm do?
I don't know because I don't have it. I mean, you could probably Google it real quick, but it just listed how you get it. Find all the Raccoon files, 1998, but they're all in that one section at least. Nice. I thought I was gonna have to scavenge every part I play as Leon. It's just in the one section we'll talk about later.
Love that section.
I see. So the files that you get for the deluxe edition are actually in the game itself.
Yeah.
Yes.
To find. That's actually, I don't think they've done that before. That's pretty nuts.
Like lore.
There's 6 letters.
Lore.
They're like 6 letters from somebody named, I think, Mandy to her mom. They're like little kid letters, and it's they're in Raccoon City,
I love that stuff. I love the story of like a survivor or like a note about like we got the outbreak here. Like we need backup. Damn it! Everyone is always so distressed.
Yeah.
But we are here, Resident Evil Requiem, and the Capcom's output has been out of control. We've had a lot of remakes, 2, 3, and 4, but then now we've also had 7, 8, and 9 just in this last bunch of years. And I feel like Resident Evil 9 is kind of the culmination of this new trilogy and the remake trilogy, obviously with its both perspectives. And we begin the game as FBI agent Grace Ashcroft, who is related to Alyssa Ashcroft, of course, from Outbreak, which is the online game that we've all been wanting a remake of or a sequel of. But Outbreak referenced heavily in this game, obviously just through Ashcroft's. And yeah, it kind of starts out like Silence of the Lambs vibes, going to a murder scene at the Wrenwood Hotel. Actually, one of my favorite places in the game.
This is
I love this spot.
I have 2 gripes with this game, and
yeah.
one is right up front. Like, I loved this game, right?
Yeah.
But one is right up front because, like, I don't buy that the FBI guy would send this nervous wreck on a solo mission. On a solo mission to the place where her mother died. Like, I feel like they could have adjusted something just slightly here to make it be more like. And I know they're doing like she's nervous and she's got to like get past it, whatever. But like, I kind of wish that she had been like, "Hey, one of those bodies is in the hotel where my mom died. I might have some insight. Maybe I should go check it out. And then he's like, I don't know if you're ready for that, Ashcroft. You know. And then she's like, I can do it, please. You know, gotta believe in me. And then she gets there, and then she's like, I'm in over my head. This is crazy. Like that alone would have because Sophia and I both thought her boss was in on it.
You're not alone in that.
There's no way he would send her to do this. Like
I was
you look
expecting a document to reveal
Right.
like someone had paid him or whatever. Or
she was
gotten
nervous
him
to
and,
go into his office. Like, how is she gonna go?
A document like, all right, the mole in the FBI has done his job well or something.
Which is this is such a minor thing. It's just like a little story setup change.
He says, can you do this for me?
Yeah.
He puts on a weird amount of pressure. Like this is personal or particular to him. But no, I feel like
he does say I'm not gonna force you, but yeah.
But can you do this for me? Which your boss should never say. Yeah. So he shows up at the end though, right? Like he's still the boss at the end.
Yeah, he didn't get fired.
I guess she didn't die, so.
But I feel like it's a regular reaction. I feel like we all have that, but I feel like honestly that kind of adds to the anxiety of the intro, where it's like you shouldn't be here. You you shouldn't have to be here. I actually think that kind of adds to how freaked the whole situation is.
Yeah. And technically, I guess you could say she's not fully alone because there's like the local cop guarding the crime scene or whatever. So they were probably like communicating with like local PD, FBI, but
that's a good
definitely
point.
are we short staffed here?
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of things that felt a little like off in the intro, but also I reminded myself like, hey, it's Resident Evil. They're just trying to get us. They're trying to make a setup for this, and like honestly, once you get into it, I'm sure the gameplay and everything else will take over and carry it. And for me, that it did, and that like atmosphere, because he goes to point out like, okay, there's one cop guarding, and like how far out it was from the site of the crime. It's like there wasn't another cop closer in, and you're just gonna like don't. I was like, don't they usually like, unless the FBI says we're taking over, don't they usually want to be there and like also to like secure, like make sure the crime scene is like not being tampered with or anything? It's like that. It was like, okay, they just want a spooky, isolated environment that you slowly kind of delve deeper in. It's like, okay, we're in creepy alleys.
Yeah.
You're alone, and then you're going to this dark, abandoned like building, a hotel, and it's like weird noises that are just normal noises, and creaks are starting to get to you.
Like an abandoned, bloody bathroom. Damiani.
You like hallucinate at one point, like going up to a door in a lightning flash. You see like a tall dude, like that was like a tyrant walking by. And I'm like,
like here we go.
Or it's like
that's Victor.
It could have been. I don't know if was he tall enough, or it could have been a distortion of like the police officer who got stung. Yeah,
that was Victor for sure. It was Victor for sure.
It's Victor.
Okay.
But thinking it's a tyrant.
I don't know. I ran pretty fast and turned the corner. Resident Evil does that a lot. They do that thing where someone walks by and like you are so fast I'm
gonna get you.
They're just not there anymore. And I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Hubert talking about this as the culmination of like the 7-8 generation, right? It is this whole intro is much more of a 7 and 8 thing than a classic Resident Evil thing.
I love this spot so much because it felt the most real world. Like even like Spencer Mansion and like RPD building and a lot of these like iconic, the castles, some of the best locations in video games. This one felt the most like real life. And just obviously the setup too. You're at some like crime scene. I was just like immediately uneasy, and I think I was the most nervous in this section of the game also because you just like keep hearing noises around you and just
the lead up to it too, just walking down the street like that. That's like a crazy way to open a Resident Evil game like that.
Because you're in this cluttered, busy area, and then you just slowly make your way, and it's like, if I scream out here, can anyone hear me? You're just like getting away from everyone.
Real world horror. It's like you're like so close to like lots of people, but like, will they care? Will they even come help? Like it's that that real life fear that.
When they do so. I mean, like talking about culmination of the series, right? Like we had said when 8 came out that it was like the combination of 4 and 7. Yeah. This is literally the combination of 4 and 7, basically.
Totally.
Like, especially because I know Damiani, I assume you played Grace's parts in third person, but playing hers
Yeah.
in first person and his in third person, fourth person. What's that? But like that, the game feel is so wild. Playing it like that, and I think the walk up as Grace, when you then later do it, not even that much later, do it as Leon, makes it such an amazing parallel, because it's
so
like
cool.
that intro sequence. We'll get to it in a second, but that intro sequence with him is incredible. But
Yeah, like immediately the stakes are so high. Obviously, we get this flashback of this hotel murdered of her mom like 8 years earlier, and it is honestly in a series full of some of the most brutal and graphic kills. Her mom, Alyssa, dying with like the blade in the neck and the blood everywhere was like, my jaw was dropped. I was like, this is insane.
yeah, because you're used to like bio arm shooting through someone's chest or something. It's like you just watch that lady's neck get slit.
Yeah, it was crazy. And Grace's reaction, and just even before that, the like bag kill, very like gritty manhunt, Outlast vibes. But I loved it too because it was setting up the bioterrorism, like espionage Resident Evil vibe that I love. Like people are coming for you because you have information. And I love that setup.
She said, the mom said, don't even call the police.
Yeah.
I'm going to call the police. Don't. That's like, that adds that layer, I think.
Yeah, I love that.
So intense.
Well, and it's also like, we won't say what yet, but like I want to put a pin in the thing that she, like the game does, put a pin in the thing she hides behind the shelf or the portrait, because like thinking about it now, like
you can say now.
Well, replaying the beginning of the thing is just like, it's such a tragedy that Alyssa, like obviously she was gonna blow the lid on the whole thing, but like Victor was there. Victor killed Alyssa to get Grace, right, for Elpis and all that stuff, and like thinking that she had some kind of like bio identification marker or something like that, right? And it's like the truth revealed in the file, the hidden file, is it just makes Alyssa's death hurt even more,
So true. So brutal. I really feel like we are going to get that Outbreak game, and now everyone will be so pumped because we'll be able to play as Alyssa, because it'll be like prior. I feel like so.
You said you really think they're going to remake Outbreak?
Yeah, I feel like we will be able to play as Alyssa Ashcroft again in an Outbreak game within the next 5 to 10 years. 5 years, max.
I'll take the bet.
Yeah, I'll take the bet. Take the bet.
Say you might get DLC where it's like you play as Alyssa, they're a little like for a mission or something, but I don't think you're getting Outbreak.
That would be kind of cool.
Huber, obviously, I haven't seen Outbreak, so like my impression, I don't feel like I missed out a lot with this character. You know what I mean? To me, it seems like there's a pull from like the lowest stakes, lowest lore. Like we don't really have a lot of conflicts pulling a character from Outbreak, is what it seemed like to me.
For sure, and this is the same director of Resident Evil 7, and then in 7, fairly early on, there's that reference.
The article.
There's a newspaper article written by Alyssa, so that's kind of really the
house,
only. Yeah, that's kind of like the main lore of her character.
Yeah, basically all you need in Outbreak, I think they give you kind of in this game where it's like she's a reporter, she stumbled into some information about Umbrella and tried to blow the whistle on it, and then yeah.
So at the end of the hotel, obviously we meet Victor Gideon, one of my fucking favorite villains.
So wild, dude!
What a performance! Oh my god! Like, good choices this actor made. Well, like, my favorite one is later on when he's talking to Zeno on the radio, and he's just like, I've done it! And just like storms out of the room. He like freaks out for a second, or he's like laughing. He's like,
he's hung up. After he's hung up.
It's crazy.
He like allows himself a little bit of like an emotional outburst, and then he like reins it back in.
Yes.
I mean, my favorite, we're jumping ahead, but my favorite is the like very Skyfall like homoerotic, like touching Leon's neck. I'm just like, this is wonderful. This is good stuff.
But we meet Victor, and he's talking about like destiny, chosen one. For much of this game, you don't know what the hell is going on, and he takes Grace and takes her to Rhodes Hill Care Center. And then, of course, we transfer to Leon. A little before that, he's going to the hotel to investigate these bodies that are turning up. And we also learn that these bodies, these people dying, were from Raccoon City. So it adds this little epic series connection of like, whoa,
they're all survivors.
Yeah. I was like, dude, that's so cool. So it's like, what is happening? And then Leon, of course, is a survivor of Raccoon City. And we learn, he's messed up with whatever's going on, this disease.
He's got some kind of retro T virus.
Yeah. So that brings us to kind of the meat and the potatoes of this game. The big bulk of it is Rhodes Hill. This environment. We had seen the most of this environment before the game came out. They were really hyping it up. This is some old Umbrella lab. It's always so crazy when our characters don't know what's going on as well. Leon is like, who is Victor Gideon? Who is this person? What is this place? And then his handler, who for the longest time I thought was Hunnigan. Let's just drop that right now. It's Sherry Birkin.
Sherry Birkin, dude. Like the reveal of that was so fun.
Yeah, because they really took their time on it.
Yeah.
And she has a name tag that she wears every day.
Yeah,
I never even thought of that, Kyle. That's so funny.
What's the outfit Leon is with now? The BOA?
The DSO.
DSO.
Yeah.
Yeah, not BOA.
These.
What the fuck is DSO now?
Department of Division of Security Operations.
Great, sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
American-led anti-bioterrorism agency.
Right.
Yes. I think they talk about it in 6 a little bit as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I had trouble remembering anything from 6.
Exactly. I know. I thought of 6 a couple too many times during this game where I was like, wait, what happened in 6?
Can I ask this real quick, Hubert?
Jump in.
Because it's going to be on my mind the whole time. And sorry, this might be spoilers for Resident Evil 6. What happened in Ada in Resident Evil 6?
That is a whole other spoiler mode, because there's the Simmons clones her because he's obsessed with her. There's a fucking Ada clone. She goes to like dismantle the entire
She's not dead,
organization.
Right?
No.
At the end of okay, that's all I needed to know. Yeah. That's all I needed to know. Thank you.
Is
Jill
is
alive and well.
Because he saves
Jill is alive and well.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
Because like 5 and 6 did Jill and Ada real dirty. I feel like.
Just anything with Leon in the game. He's always had Ada in his games. I'm like, no Ada in this. Not even a reference.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Well,
did I forget that?
In the post credits, Leon has a wedding ring.
This is
and
insane.
People are freaking out about it.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I didn't see it when I beat it the first time either. But people were saying like he's got a wedding ring on, and it's like people are like, who's he married to?
Who's it gonna be?
Not Ada. It's not Ada.
It's probably not. I would have trust issues when it came to Ada personally, but they're probably, it would be electric. But I doubt it's Ada.
It would be.
But yeah,
I want to see that encounter now with Ada. I just want to see Ada's eyes like glance down.
Notice
at
the ring? Yeah.
I want that.
You're like, okay.
Yeah.
Who's the lucky girl? That's what she'll say.
So Rhodes Hill. This is kind of just the epicness of the 2 playable characters is showcased here the most, because for the longest time we are Grace, and this section of the game is my personal favorite. I loved it so much. Obviously, it just gives me that old Spencer Mansion creeping through. I was playing with the ink ribbons, and there were so many times where I would want to go do a task on the other side, but I hadn't saved in a while, but I was running low on ink ribbons, so I'm like, should I go do that and then save, or should I save now? And just all of the crafting and the resources of how important stealth kills were in this section as Grace, blowing up the zombies with the hemolytic injectors. But that was expensive. And it's like, am I going to craft ammo or health with the blood? Am I going to craft the injectors? Because if I craft an injector and I get in a fight, it doesn't really help me that much. So
maxing out your max health was real helpful.
I know. I prioritized the firepower. Yeah.
I tanked a bunch of attacks, like where I was like, I probably would have died. And I had that skull charm where by carrying it, you survive fatal damage. And I'm wondering if that bailed me out once or twice.
Yeah.
Because like, there was a part where the girl and like 2 zombies were on my ass, and I was like, I don't know how I lived.
Yeah.
But
yeah. To me, so like I was surprised that I was playing on normal difficulty, no ink ribbons, but kind of what he was describing. This is where like decision making comes into play.
Yes.
And I was surprised that one time I died, it's like, oh, no checkpoint. Got it. This is a real video game that they put out. And I like that a lot, actually. The pressure that Huber's talking about is the minute to minute choice making that you're making, not just like of the enemy in front of you, but when you look at the map and like, what do I have the resources to accomplish right now?
Totally.
Yeah.
And so that was something I was really impressed by pretty early on.
Yeah.
It's interesting though too, because like they don't have checkpoints for like this chunk of the game, but other parts of the game they do.
Yeah.
So it's like an interesting blend of gameplay like mechanics. Especially Leon. I think Leon's sections it's just like we'll put you at the sideways the sideways building. You're fine. Like
yeah.
I did appreciate that how Modern did have a few more checkpoints because it didn't have the ink ribbons, and then Insanity had even like almost no checkpoints. It's like I think there were like 1 or 2 parts where they put checkpoints. I think they knew people would lose their minds if they had to like go with that far back and redo something. But while I didn't experience the level of decision making that Huber had because of the ink ribbon factor, I talked about this with Huber earlier. That I was feeling like the survival part about just having like no resources constantly, like no offensive resources. I was constantly like, shit, I can't go head to head with what's ahead of me. I need to get into that room. Do I go exploring? But I know there's other zombies and other shit lurking over here, and like, or can I just try and run by? Like I was like that juggling that it was like. Getting to me, I was like, man, there's just like no ammo like as Grace. I was like, what like I'm out of knives. I'm like, should I have like gone for like the 1-shot item on like and just done more stealth kills like that instead of trying to like go for headshots? It's like I think like that's why I went with stabilizers for more gun power than health because I was like, these bullets are so precious to me. I want them to be more impactful, and definitely had because you also have the Requiem. And like it's like you have this super powerful gun, but it's like you've got no like 1 shot, or like you can find like 1 extra shot here and there, and it's like, what are you going to use those for? Talking about like making your shots count. Not only did I do it like at one point where I missed a shot and I hit that. No, we're reloading. That's way too valuable. We're not doing that. I saw a compilation of like people who played the game. The moment you screwed up compilation where people reset after missing the Requiem shot. I was like, you see, it's perfect. They got you with that. It's great.
That is so good.
Talk about like game design. I think a really fun way to like communicate how precious those bullets are is finding a safe code and then opening a safe and there's 1 bullet inside.
Yeah.
Yes,
like
Kyle.
It's a designer's communicating to you. This is a treasure, bro. This is a treasure.
Yeah, as valuable as those coins.
And I remember telling Isla you could find the crafting recipe to craft those bullets, but there's only like 3 materials in the entire whole the
rare metal,
the hospital, the rare metals or minerals that you can do, and they craft like 1 or 2 bullets each. So it's like
and you need lockpicks to even get the rare metals.
And it's like those. That's what they decided to hide there, and it's like you can decide to craft that if you want, if you have all the materials to even craft that at that time. So
and it's so fun having the Requiem as her also because I feel like over this big chunk of Resident Evil games that we've had with the like I said with the remakes 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. One of the main kind of criticisms I see out there, not really a criticism, but like the thing people are the least hyped on are pursuer enemies, big enemies that, can take you out in one go.
Yes.
Yeah. But the way they handled those in this section, it was like, we're going to have this like mini boss character kind of roaming around.
Big Baby?
The big,
Chunk.
the big baby, the chef, all these big monsters that you do not want to tango with that will take you out immediately. But if you use that Requiem,
that was me.
that treasure, basically, like you were saying, Kyle, those treasured bullets. If you use them there, you can take those guys out. One of my friends too. One of my friends too said he used 3 hemolytic injectors on the baby.
That's what I did.
Oh,
because I wasn't even carrying the Requiem at all.
Yeah.
Because like I laughed when Leon gave us the Requiem, and I'm like, holy shit, they gave us the Magnum up front. And then I got into the inventory, and it was like 1 bullet, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But like after I shot it, I was just like putting that away, and then I didn't use it again until like way later. But like, so I had a handgun with like 12 bullets and nothing else. For this entire section.
Oh my gosh.
And so, yeah, I was using hemolytic injectors. And so, like, I went into the waiting room because I realized that door didn't let Big Baby through. Yeah, and then I would wait for him to turn around, run out into the hallway, and stab him with the injector.
Nice.
And then she was like, and then me and Sophia and Grace were all like, bated breath, like waiting to see if it would work. And then he started turning around, and I was like, fuck, I had to get out of there. And so then... even Grace in the game, like when we were like, oh, I guess that wasn't enough. But like her saying that is like, okay, it will work. Because it like did make a bubbly noise. So then we crafted another one. And then it became an interesting thing because then we had to like brave more dangerous areas. Like I had to like go over by the bathroom or whatever and like sneak up behind stuff to get blood for the injector to make.
And when you were doing
injector.
it, Isla, in your head, you were saying, "Give me the blood, Lord."
No, I was saying it out loud repeatedly.
Yeah, I said it a million times during this game.
Give me the blood, Lord.
For sure.
But then
What is that from? What is that from?
It's from There Will Be Blood.
There will be blood.
Okay.
Give me the blood, Lord.
Give me the blood, Lord.
I was there saying, I kept thinking
When you
Blade.
blow up, oh yeah. When you blow up Big Baby, it is spectacular.
Yeah.
And then
So
you get
cool.
Grace versus Goliath, like achievement.
Yeah.
So
I used 3 Requiem shots to the head. It was
Yeah.
on him down.
Yeah.
I didn't
and then
realize
it
it was
starts
only
like
3.
convulsing.
I fired
and then
an extra one by accident. I was so angry at that, but I was like so happy it was dead. I want to say one cool thing I saw that I didn't know about. It's like all over the place now. That and it's tied to one of the achievements, but there is like the blind zombie in the waiting room. Like he's got like the walking cane,
And if you doesn't like noise.
Yeah, it doesn't like noise.
Yes.
And if you like toss the bottle, you can get him to aggro to other zombies.
So
he can
cool.
one shot anything. If he hits it, including the big baby. He
No
will kill
way.
the big baby.
What?
Yep.
One shots the
That's a
baby?
glitch,
Yep. He will just it's like 1 or 2 hits, it's dead.
That's
Well, yeah,
that's
because
insane.
I didn't know that. I'm like, that's crazy Easter egg. I was like, what?
Wow.
because I saw the challenge of like have a zombie kill another zombie, and I was like, how the hell do you do that?
So the easiest, well, there's 2 easy ways.
There's
real
a
quick.
box you can hit.
There's one zombie that's scrubbing the floor initially. She'll scrub any blood on the floor, and you can throw it at her and in that waiting room, and he'll do it there. The easiest room for me was in the other wing. There's like there's like the offices, and then there's like a supply room, and
the
there's
filing
just
cabinets.
the filing cabinets. They're just 2 standing right next to each other. You just throw it at them, and they just start attacking each other apparently. And I was like,
okay.
that's pretty easy.
So that was a new thing too. I kind of like the zombies in this game being trapped in their final thoughts, but that
Yeah.
also leading to their behavior in some cases, like the singers especially, right? So
Yes.
I really liked the weird ways that the zombies just say the final thing that they were thinking.
Same. Kyle, did you? I really loved it too. I thought it maybe could have gone one step further. Do you?
For sure.
Yeah, I feel like it just it like had this awesome premise. I was like, wow, this is crazy. The zombies can like kind of talk, and they have their last memories and their vibes. But then it just kind of just stopped. That was it. There was no.
It stops at the end of the
more-
clinic. There's none of
Yeah.
that at all in Raccoon City,
Yeah.
really.
And
But
no
I
like
did
story
love that.
implications. My favorite
Yeah.
were the ones that would say "I'm sorry" as they're attacking you,
Crazy.
because I was like, "Oh man!" and then
Or
you
the one
kill
guy
them, and they're like,
flipping
"I'm
the-
sorry."
Yeah, the one guy flipping the light, and then you can like go turn the other light on, and
Yeah.
then it'll like bait him over to go turn the light off. I was
That
like,
was
oh, okay,
fun.
functional here. Also a great just bombastic, insane Resident Evil moment when that giant tractor comes through the wall. Oh my god. That's a crazy part.
I went into on my second playthrough, I went into that room with no ammo. And then
shit.
I got the lung. I was streaming this and I got the lung and I was like, oh, I wonder if I remember how to open this box. And I opened the box and got the lung. And then I was like, wait, that's probably going to trigger the thing. And I don't have any ammo. What's going to happen? And then luckily, there was a box at the end of the hall that gave me ammo just in time.
They're like,
yeah,
I'm just like,
yeah.
But then I shot him immediately. And the tractor went to the same point, and I was like, okay, that's probably scripted. I wonder if you don't kill him at all, because the thing will blow up and maybe kill him.
So on one quick thing on Insanity, I didn't see this happen on any other difficulty. During that part, when you shoot him, it still keeps coming at you, and Grace says, "Shit, what do I need to do to stop this thing?" And I had to shoot again at the glow, where the glowing, probably the engine was.
Yeah,
and
the plow goes up.
And it sparked and it stopped then, but she's made it. She never said that before on any of the difficulties. I don't know if it's just I just didn't get that line of dialogue, and it was just a placebo thing where I shot again and it stopped it. But it looked like it went further because it does inch up to the container in that back of that truck. But this thing looked like it went further. I was like, oh shit, I feel like I got to shoot again or this thing is going to kill me. What the hell? So
that's cool.
That part was wild though.
That's
I was like,
an insanity
something's
thing.
coming, but you're like,
so insane.
They still get you. Yeah, they still get you.
Before we get to Leon's part in this, one of the most iconic things in video game history, in my opinion, is Crimson Heads.
Oh my god, dude!
And now we are back with Blister Heads, and I swear, even one of these fuckers against Grace is chaos, absolute chaos. What did y'all think of these Blister Heads?
I mean, they taught you that you really need to reconsider using the injector to one-shot things, or hopefully get a good headshot, because I felt like there were points where I did have tons of later on when I got like more comfortable. I was one point where I had almost like 50 plus rounds, and then those things I had to go against one of those things.
It takes like 20 plus.
Even though I felt like I had enough rounds, the way it moved. By the way, the animation of this game and like the movements in this game for the zombies and monsters is very good. Yeah. And the way they like duck down and then like charge at you like all feral, and it's like shit. I just whiffed so many shots. It's closing in on me, and like that running gun thing. It just felt like it was like a losing battle. I'd either like take too much damage or I wasted too much ammo, and I was like, shoot.
They don't stagger either.
I was like, yeah, Huber's probably loving this. Like you should have done this, Damiani. Yeah, how you like the evil within now, not lighting the corpses on fire now.
I love when that shit happens to me. Like I took out some zombies with guns. First playthrough, obviously, and then just like multiple blister heads, and I was just like, nope, just sprinting away.
And then I started second guessing, like, well, should I just like not killed the butcher slayer guy and the big baby chunk and kept those Requiem shots because they one shot those the blister heads. If you hit them in the head, it's like they're just done. I'm like, shit, maybe I should have saved it for this, because those guys at least I could outrun pretty easily. This thing, this is like, I don't know. So like makes you question your decision making. I really like that.
And of course, we haven't mentioned Emily. Very early on, Grace sees this blind girl in a cage, basically, or a medical prison, I should say, I guess.
Yeah, her medically sealed chamber.
Yes. And again, for the bulk of this game, like half of this game, we don't know what the hell is going on. So we don't know why she's really there. Obviously, they're doing research. Whenever I was confused, I was like, okay, something research, bioweapon research, right?
Yeah. Somebody's up to something.
Yeah.
Well, what I think is so fun for a setup, right? There's two cages, and the other cage has a big blatant hole in it. Right. So like I love stuff like that.
And a dead body outside of it, Bosman.
Who's yelling at you? He says, "Don't let her out."
Yeah, don't let her out.
Yeah.
That whole setup is cool, because it's like it plays, because like you as the player, you're like, all right, so this girl's a monster, obviously, but like you still want to treat her like you're still like, but she's also a little girl. It's like,
Yeah.
But I like that even Grace in the cutscenes is like, she's about to let her out, and then she's like, are you chill?
great.
What's your
I should
deal?
probably ask a question. Just to, Did you ever go back earlier before then and get extra conversations with her?
Yes,
Yeah.
I kept checking in.
Yeah,
I
checked
like
in
was
on her.
RPing. It felt natural to like sometimes if I had been gone for a while, go down there, check in.
I was like, maybe it affects the ending. I better talk to this chick.
Seriously, after Revelations 2, it was like, yo,
Grab that fucking gun as Moira.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then, eventually Grace gets out of Rhodes Hill or basically, we also didn't mention the giant monster.
I was gonna say, yeah,
The girl.
Yeah, you're going a mile a minute.
I know.
Hubert.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well,
I'm
the next part you jump to is another
Yeah.
part with the giant girl, but I was
Yeah.
gonna wait to just bring that up because you were talking about
Leon
parts we might
coming
not
here.
like. Yeah, we didn't talk about Leon, but the opening of Rhodes Hill, where you are in a situation where you're just completely defenseless, other than like you can pick up a lighter and some glass bottles, and there's this giant towering monster. There's a stalking you.
So scary.
There's like message about like it can't get in the light, but then like it starts destroying the lights. So like you can only hide, like there's a safe room you think, and then like those lights go out. Even the save room is not safe at a point.
Yeah.
And like you have to like go into a part where I think the first time you do it, you're gonna have to make noise when you're pushing around a cart to reach a spot where you need to get a tool because you need to get a battery to open a gate. It was like these are the parts where like no matter what I tell myself, I just get so stressed by these parts. And I
Yeah.
get emotionally annoyed. And I like the first time I did, I was like, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. And like it punishes you sometimes for being like too fast and like not aggressive, but like just like leaping before you think. So like when you get the tool, your instincts is like just bolt, just
run
run
out.
around and get out there. But if you go too fast, she breaks through the door. But if you actually let her kite, I didn't realize this because you can be more strategic later. If you let her chase you for a little while, she doesn't take those shortcuts because she's like still on the screen and loaded. But they do that because they know you're gonna script, and then like she's tripping over herself, which I didn't realize. Like all you have to do is like steady yourself for a second, and then it stops doing that. I was like, it's like just stop running, stand still for a second, run again,
Reset
and
the
she'll
run.
do that. Yeah, she'll stop doing
Well,
that
but
for a
it's-
little while.
It's funny because like you were playing in third person. I actually wanted to ask you about this because I was playing on stream her section in third person because I got the film noir costume and I was like, well, let's see the costume,
cool.
right? And like third person with Grace was crazy because it was like so different, but also the spot I think about in the room where you have to move the cart.
Yeah.
Because
Oh
in
my god,
first
the
person,
lightning flash and the girl goes
yeah.
by. So cool.
but it's like in first person, it's super obvious that you can hide under the two like weird shelves in that room. But like in third person, you look like you're way in the open. Did you hide
It doesn't
under
make
that?
sense.
So it's like I don't know if it, like it was I went under it originally. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to come back and duck probably under this. But in my first playthrough, because I twofold. One, I don't think I pushed the cart all the way against the edge, or I was just panicking, and I wasn't seeing the prompt to climb up. So I actually had to run out one time first, and I took the left turn. You can turn left a little bit and not go underneath those like collapsed shelves. And she was able to grab me there, and I was like, oh, because I didn't go under it. And I was like, wait, did she knock that over? And I was like freaking out, like, oh, she destroyed it. But then when I came back in after I reset everything, came back in, I was like, it's still there. I was like, oh man, I just panicked and just like it was so dark. I was like, because I turned off the lighter. I was like, oh my, I was like, they get you pretty good with that. But even in third person, it was
I was thinking about you because in third person, it's not clear to hide under that. But in first person, it's like, I'm good. You know,
Yeah.
but like you see yourself in third person, it's like there's just a huge gap and you can
Yeah.
just see. Yeah.
Talking about it now, it's kind of cool. That section happens like at the only point it could happen. You know what I mean? After
Right
that
up
point, you
front.
can't restrict the player like that anymore. Like that.
Yeah.
You
It
could
feels
not
like a
do that
tutorial.
section deeper into the game. Maybe there's one other section that's like a kind of crazy flashback we might talk about later. But yeah, like I feel like that's the only moment where they can make you feel so powerless against this creature.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. It's a purposeful moment in the game
totally
to set up everything
and showing
afterward.
the threat, just
Yeah.
building the character, like setting the creepy, dangerous tone.
Well, and then I also appreciate, like, and we can talk about Leon, is like, I really appreciate that, because you know me, I love an AB, right? And I was disappointed in the 2 remake that it didn't really go full AB.
Yeah.
This is an AB at the same time, and, like, they overlap shockingly early. Like,
so cool.
When Leon pulled up to the hotel back in wherever, Westbrook or whatever the fuck it's called. Renwood, yeah. Like, I didn't expect him to see Claire. And, like, I thought he would go through the hotel, and it's just like, he gets there and it's like, there's Grace getting taken by Victor. And it's like, oh, okay, pedal to the metal, sick, you know?
Yeah.
And then, like, these sections where then Leon sees the girl as Grace is getting dragged back in, and it does the, like, kind of meanwhile sort of storytelling style where it's like, we see Grace getting dragged back into the dark by the girl after she opens the gate, and then later Leon sees the same cutscene, you know? And then Leon, with Requiem, just blows this thing's head in half.
So cool.
And then we're like, oh, okay. And it also communicates, like, in story, how much more adept at dealing with, like, BOAs he is. Like, than
well, and then
is.
he gets, yeah. But then he also gets taken by Victor, which I was like, holy shit, Victor's out of control. Like, it almost feels like Leon couldn't do anything there. He, like, tries to kick him and stuff.
Too slow.
Yeah, setting the anime tone of Victor's
Power
levels.
But then, like, I think Leon realizes what he's dealing with, and he starts, like, later on, he's like,
gave up his Requiem.
Yeah.
Did you think for a second that Leon might develop Xeno powers, like, and go really fast, and that's how he'd fight him later?
No, but I did think some other things with Leon. We'll talk about at the very end for sure.
I do want to say, like, I like that about narratively how they integrated it and how it complemented. Especially, like, I feel like it worked very well for first playthrough with Leon sections in Road Hills or Rhodes Hill. I forget which one it is.
Yeah.
Because you're naturally probably gonna, like, explore more. You want to open up all those cabinets, and only his hatchet is like, what are these doors? Like, you know, is Grace gonna get a new tool? Oh, it's for Leon to open all those doors. And some things that Grace left behind, Leon can pick up if Grace didn't pick them up. Not everything. And then obviously, if you leave some enemies behind, he can deal with them as well. But I do feel like on, like, subsequent playthroughs, you just have to, like, run up a stairs and go to an office. It's like, if you're not really exploring, there is not really anything for Leon to do at that point. It's like, just go to the office and Victor's office and go to the next part, which we'll talk about. You know, he has one other part later, but he definitely is, like, it feels like it's for narrative purposes, but it's like he's more like the, like, kind of like the guardian in the background. Like, it's mostly Grace's show, and they just are reminding you, like, Leon's here, and when he can, he'll, like, help her out and protect her. But, like, this is the Grace section, even though they're trying to, like, you know, they're trying to have it, like, both ways. And it worked okay the first time, but on other places, I was like, you could just, like, almost, like, cut this out, or just skip to this part, because as we get to later on, it's kind of like, I feel like it's two halves. It's like the Grace section of the game, and then the Leon section of the game,
which I thought was really cool. Yeah. Like, the reveal of, like, when you get to the Leon, the proper Leon section, it's like, you have entire other game mechanics that are introduced, like the scoring system and, like, the weapon upgrading and stuff. It's like, oh, I'm, like, halfway through this game, huh? I was like, I thought we were closing in.
But I appreciate it a lot, because I think that environment, Road Hills, was designed, like, it better suits Grace with her character development, with where she's at like, power levels and all that. Whereas Leon, it just would have been like, we're gonna just rock this place. Like, it's like that. When you're exploring, it's like, heck yeah! Like, I feel so safe right now.
Taking on tons of blister heads. You have a shotgun. It's like, bring them on. Let's go.
The only thing they could do is, like, here's a giant room with, like 8 blister heads or something. Like, that's what can be feels intimidating.
Jumping on the big baby with the hatchet. Was one of my favorite.
That was a great. I really liked that attic fight.
The attic fight's really cool. Yeah,
I never did that.
Like, fighting that giant thing in that enclosed space too, and it's like running at you. One time it was like on the ground and it was like crawling.
Big baby was?
Yeah.
It destroys all.
I killed
there's
the
some
chef
boards.
as Leon, which was nice. That felt good.
You're talking about, like, the crawler like the stalker big baby
in the very in the attic.
No, the mandatory.
Oh, big
boss
baby.
fight.
Oh, that big. Yeah. That big baby. Second. Big
I was like,
baby.
I don't think you could
Timothy,
skip that.
not Thomas. Yeah.
But yeah, so cool. And then of course, Victor and Leon have a little minimal showdown when we
cute.
first. Yeah, they and talking about Umbrella. Victor's got these rings on, and I was like, do these rings like. Man, that snake symbol looks like friggin' Resident Evil 1 vibes. Like, was that a key or something? I was like thinking of all these things because this character is so mysterious. And like Isla was alluding to, just like touching Leon's like virus epicenter.
Yeah,
I think
he's
he talks
like a virophile or something. Yeah.
I think he reveals Spencer was his master in that conversation.
Yes,
Was that the one?
Master Spencer. Anytime Spencer is name dropped, it's like, huh? What's going on here?
He funded that whole clinic, which explains why it's also, a little maze house.
Yes.
He loved a maze house.
Yeah.
Built a lot of those apparently.
Yeah.
And like we were saying,
many.
just the information on Victor is minimal. Like Sherry doesn't even really know what's going on. I love the little check-in. Sherry's like, yeah, I'll dig in. I'll find
hack
some
the
info.
Pentagon.
Yeah, so cool. But yeah, like Damiani was saying too, just more of a victory lap in Rhodes Hill when you are Leon, just going through cleaning
The
house.
Sorbetto round. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it's funny because on the subsequent playthroughs, like, the section where you just have the lighter as Grace and whatever, like, took a while. First playthrough, second playthrough took like 3 minutes. I was just like, yep, got it.
The crit. Yeah, it's like just breeze through that part.
Before Leon's massive section, though, Grace has to go rescue Emily down in the basement area.
Classic jail under a hospital.
Jail under
Resident
a
Evil
hospital.
vibes.
This part was crazy because you need these like power sources to open the doors, and then you've got to kind of use them to progress through the area. Another area where resources are limited. And killing the zombies in this area is really intense because there's like a couple big long hallways that you need to traverse multiple times where there's no real good way to kind of like manipulate the environment or escape them. It's like, all right, I can kind of go in some rooms. There's a nice save room right there to kind of like flee into.
I had a few close calls where I sprinted past the girl. Literally heard her swipe for me as I busted into the safe room, and I was like, ugh.
What do you think of this section, Kyle?
Love this. So to me, this is like classic Resident Evil.
Yes.
Still somehow working today, right? So you're talking about having to move these batteries around, which is, a video game challenge we're used to. I love that they take up an inventory slot. So the further you get into this more precarious situation, the more inventory slots the batteries you're carrying around even take up. So like it's like taking up even resource slots just to like solve these puzzles that you're trying to just like figure out, staring at the map. What pathing do I have to do here? I love making a plan and executing on a plan. Yes. And that's all you can do in that basement in particular. And so I really actually like this section.
Yeah.
To me, like you're kind of like you're admiring these game designers.
Oh,
they're just like setting a path before you, and like Capcom is still at the top of that game. It's actually really, really crazy what they pulled off, and like just in that basement, I guess.
Yeah, dude.
Well, and also like subverting your expectations in the exploration stage, because this game does this a lot, maybe more than other Resident Evils, where it's like doing stuff where it's like, okay, this is a safe room that later is not a safe room anymore, or like a monster just follows you in and you're like, oh shit. But like I think about in this section the like busted up grate that has I need a bolt, like a hex tool to get this thing off. But then if you come in the other way from the like generator room or whatever with the forklift, if you come in the other way, a zombie crawls in, and you're like, oh, there was a fence there, and then the girl drags the zombie back away, and it's like she just ripped that off. So it's like you don't even have to go back and use the tool to open it. She opened it for you. It's like that stuff is neat.
That is neat.
They did a really good job with this area.
Yeah, and then just the pursuer element down here too. It's like not It's overwhelming, but it's like, you could tell they were listening to kind of just the pursuer thoughts that people had of like, let's not just have 24/7 this thing chasing you down. Like, she goes in the vents a bunch. It was kind of reminding me of Alien Isolation for a while. Just like kind of using the vents, you kind of hear her like crawling around different areas.
Well, I think
but she would disappear for quite a while down there, like for periods of time.
Crucially, they give you the tools to deal with her, and you understand those tools. You know that, okay, I'm gonna lure her in here, put the battery in, the lights are gonna come on, and she's gonna get burned and leave for a while, or I'm gonna throw a Molotov at her and she's gonna get burned and leave for a while. So it's like you have the ability to like kind of bait her into areas and deal with her, so it doesn't feel like a Mr. X or whatever, where it's just relentless.
Yeah. You can get away. You can do stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like you just need to learn the layout, and once you were able to like see the spots that you could take advantage of, it felt like you had a bit of a fair fight. But they still did a good job of introducing like a wrinkle or two into that, so you didn't feel completely safe. Like the blister heads, every so often, some of the zombies, that you either killed or you maybe didn't see, just evolve into those. It's like, now you're dealing with that and you're making a lot of noise, and now she comes down. It's like, oh crap. Like, and being more, as you said, strategic with the batteries, because that will stop her, won't stop the zombies. One thing I didn't do, and I'm kind of curious if any of you did this, because I didn't even look if it was possible, but the one room with like the water that gets electrified, could you ever like kite things into there?
Great question.
And use the electricity to like save
never
like,
did.
ammo? I never did that. But
the door opens when
you go through the back way. You can light it up, then go through the back way, and then like I don't know if that's even possible, but that was like part of the like name of the game. Like some of those rooms, like the kind of like the locker room area, had the two entrances. That was a nice way just to keep running into like a safe circle there, or lock them in. Like, let's lock all the zombies in there. That was the thing I did with the blister.
Corral them.
I locked them in
and locked them in there. I'm like, goodbye. You're not coming out again. See ya.
That felt so good though, because like
I love how we all just manipulate Resident Evil. It's so awesome. You're talking about game design, Kyle. It's so good.
Because the furnace room, she busts the lights like halfway through the section, so it's like, okay, this isn't a safe area anymore. And there was a part where the girl and like two blister heads were on my ass, and I was running down that like kind of dirt hallway that comes out of the furnace room, and I was just like, I just have to get to the battery. And I got to the battery, pulled it out, the door shuts, and then I turned around and there's a blister head just like pounding on that door, like so mad at me.
So
and I was
scary.
like, this is great.
That's cool.
The definitely the centerpiece of this entire section
oh my God.
is the meat grinder.
Let the bodies hit the floor, dude.
Absolutely unhinged, insane part. Just this conveyor belt of zombies going into a grinder. You're fighting them on this conveyor belt, so you have to like keep running away from the grinder, but then zombies are coming at you.
It's exhilarating.
One of my favorite deaths here for sure. I got sucked up by this, and it is brutal.
Did you get grabbed?
Yeah.
Did I get grabbed?
Yeah, like how'd you let
I
that
got
happen?
grabbed and then fought it off and then immediately got sucked in.
Same.
And she's like,
I never got sucked in. Oh,
Yeah, it was too close and got grabbed. Yeah.
it is like, it is up there with one of the most insane deaths for a player character now in Resident Evil, just like fully sucked in. Reminding me of like Leon getting chainsawed in 4, just how brutal it is.
I love that scenario. I love a long setup, right? You see it 10 minutes before you actually even drain it and cross through it. You know, it's like it's really well established and set up, and you are fearing what Huber's talking about the first second you see it. You're aware that thing will have the power to grind you up the entire time.
Even like getting to it the back way, you said the conveyor belt, the reminded me of like a dry cleaner store. There's like all like the clothes going on there, like the thing, and like
walking through the corpses.
If you walk through them and you're like too close to one of like the zombies, they grab you, and it's like, oh crap, like,
and just them trolling you, Damiani. Like that's one of the last batteries you need, and it's like oh, I get the battery, take it, door locks,
can't get out.
Oh, guess what, you have to go all the way around now because you just got the forklift key. It's like, you want me to go back now all the way through that?
Yep.
Crazy.
They knew.
It's really good.
And then, so you eventually escape this area with Emily because Emily was locked in a cell. And this is another beautiful, I want all your thoughts on this moment. This was a 10 out of 10. You're escaping this area with Emily and you go into the elevator and you're trying to get out. You're pushing this box away. You're on the elevator going up. You're crawling out of the elevator. The girl grabs your hand and the elevator drops.
Yeah.
And the way Grace screams, the way the camera is, the blood goes.
Yeah.
It's like her
she lost a
leg
leg,
gets
yeah.
cut off.
Yeah.
Which in the grand tradition of Resident Evil 8, where bitches are getting their hands cut off every 5 minutes, we were like, yeah, there it goes.
So I was like, "Whoa," for just a second or two. I'm like, no way. And the camera, she's like crying. The camera's like slowly panning. She's fine. Just the severed hand. Yeah. What do you guys think of that part?
They got me with that for sure. I think that whole sequence is like, I like when they do sequences like that where you're technically not in trouble. Like they did one at the beginning in the hotel where the cop with the shotgun. And as far as I understand, you can take as long as you want. And you don't have to even dodge. You'll never get shot by the shotgun. But like it's like that frantic. Like there's QTE prompts and like, oh, you just trained from games from like 15 years of it. Like I got to hit the buttons or I'm gonna die. Like mash that A button to like open that thing because she's like reaching in to grab you, but like apparently it could take forever and you just won't get killed. But like that's
again wrong. I did die there.
Oh, you did? How
I got blasted. I got blasted there.
Oh, okay. I must have
by the cop.
By the cop. I swear.
In the elevator, Damiani.
Tested it.
So in the elevator, I was trying to shoot the girl like 5 times. She would go blah.
Maybe
and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna shoot you again. Blah. It's like the same animation 5 times. Yeah. And so then eventually, maybe that's what triggered it. And then eventually, I went to press the A button, but I was too late. It was, and then she ate.
Got
me.
it. But still, even if it didn't, it's still good, well done. So well done with like how they did like the choice of shots, and camera shots they used there, and their like editing to make it feel like. You've got to do this, and like the sound design just like top notch.
It was insane.
It was also fantastic. One last thing, because multiple playthroughs, the lead up into pushing that like bag, that sandbag or whatever, out of the elevator door so you could close them. There's at least 2 different ways things could go down right there. You could be so quick to get in there that she just drops down right in front of the elevator immediately. Whoa. And as you start pushing it, and it's like super dramatic, like she's like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it. Or if she was on your ass, she's just like coming down the hall still, and it feels like there's more time. My second playthrough, because I was so quick, I'm like, oh, she's not even in the hallway. Boom, jump scare. She's down. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell?
That's so
it's like, that's pretty good.
Before we move on from that part, I do want to say one thing I was a little disappointed by was because I found myself with a plethora of bullets right before that, and I had intentionally like done everything, like cleared about a bunch of stuff out because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to carry Emily. And so I went meticulously through every single jail cell, shot every one of the zombies until they were dead. Playing on standard modern.
What a hero move.
I was like, this is a huge outlay of resources, right?
I love
this. Because I had like 40 bullets, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna they're fish in a barrel. I'm just gonna pot shot them all in the head until they die. So like 4 shots per zombie, right? Killed them all, every single one. Even the ones that were sitting there not moving, I was like, nope, and I shot them, and they moved, and then, but then they got cutscene armor, man. You put in the 3 batteries, and then like 4 more show up. They just come out. And I was like, this is an oversight. I was like, Capcom,
an oversight.
I don't know, man. Like, that was the only thing like that where I was like,
I feel that.
But yeah, the elevator sequence was incredible, though. And like also, like about the girl, like, the whole time I felt like such sympathy for her because it's like, okay, obviously it's just another girl. I think her name is Maria or something. Marie. Like, just like Emily, where I'm like, okay, you're a little girl who mutated. Yeah. All you want is your doll and like to have like obviously you're trying
Big
to like collect play things. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I feel such sympathy for you. I'm like, I don't want to kill you. Like,
speaking of that, in the very beginning, I wish they had leaned into this more. That children's book about the eyes in the dark, I got
It's
chills
called like
thinking about
Shadow
it.
Ghost or something like
Yeah,
that.
I wanted to like see eyes in the dark actually,
would've
but
been
we never
sick.
really did. I thought that's where we were going. I thought there was gonna actually be a literal shadow monster. But
Well,
there
they had
wasn't.
the perfect opportunity for that later in that weird flashback with the glowing eye girls.
Yeah.
To have like a part where like eyes just showed up in the
Yeah.
dark, but it never
But
really
that book
happened.
was so scary. I was like, oh my god, this is freaky.
They
So
sent us that book in real life.
yeah.
That's cool.
So we're in that whole area. We're rescuing Emily, and we're getting the cube to escape Rhodes Hill properly.
Yeah.
And eventually, we get out after that elevator. And that's one of my favorite things too in a Resident Evil game is the release from a claustrophobic
Yeah.
confines, right? You
Nice
know,
courtyard. Yeah.
Yeah.
you get into that, you can feel
Beautiful
that
courtyard
air. You can
moment, yeah.
breathe again. You're like, oh my god, it's so nice out here. I took a knee, Kyle. I took a bunch of
Nice.
knees up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like the little fountain and stuff. And then we meet this helicopter pilot.
Sussy Baka, dude. Sus. I was
Yo.
suspicious.
Yes, this helicopter pilot. I was like, who are you? What are you doing here? Underutilized character. I wanted more of this character.
Yeah.
This character had potential. He was cool. I
Let's
think
talk
he's going to
lore
be
for
an
a
outbreak
second.
character. I'm kidding.
Was his boss Victor? Is that who he took there?
It seemed like it. Yeah.
I was wondering
It's-
about that, yeah.
Yeah,
It must be
'cause-
because it's Victor's hospital.
Yeah. It was Harry, right?
Harry's
I
the
think Harry,
pilot's
yeah.
name. Yeah.
Yeah. Harry Reid.
Yeah, because he said like, yeah, it's in
He
that
was
house
working
and
for
there's-
Gideon. Yeah.
There's bad stuff going on in that house, and so
Yeah.
I'm not going in there because my knee is bad.
Yeah.
And
Which
they
I
took,
appreciate.
They took the key because they didn't want him to like leave them or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust issues.
Yeah. But I love that part too, going into that little house area with a cool like elevator going down into some lab. I love
whole
that.
room elevator.
The
which
whole
was
room.
sick.
I was like,
That
what is
was
this
sick.
haunted
Yeah.
mansion vibe?
Yeah,
It was
really,
so-
really cool.
Did you get the reference of the wine bottle?
No, what's the reference?
It's the Resident Evil 7, or it's the village. It's the Lady Dimitrescu.
That's
her-
right.
It's her vintage?
Yep.
That's
so
sick.
fucking
way.
sick. Because remember
That's
in Village too, Lady D, there's like documents about Spencer visiting
Yep.
in Village, visiting that
Oh, okay,
area.
that's fun.
This is
Well, because
yeah,
Mother Miranda was his like
Yeah.
mentor. Like he was
Yeah.
inspired to do all this by her.
So cool. So that part's
I got a lot of lore questions actually about this place because I like this lab a lot.
yeah.
From like what I could just patch together from the notes, it
Yeah.
seems like the zombies they're breeding there are for the memory
Oh.
transfer.
Elpis, yeah. So now let's dive into Elpis a little bit. This basically the idea that the T virus can transfer consciousness to another body. Isla, we're definitely going to be bringing up Revelations 2 because Revelations 2 has that stuff. It has
Really?
It has Alex Wesker,
Yeah,
Lady
'cause
Wesker, trying to transfer her mind because she was talking about like even Albert Wesker died, the body will degrade, we need to live forever, basically full of Orochimaru shit, like trying to live forever.
So I'm sorry, I don't even know this character. Never played
Yeah.
Revelations 2. Albert Wesker put his body into a woman's body.
No, she
That happens
so,
in a different game.
so there's this thing called the Wesker Project,
Okay.
Project W. That's called the Wesker Children, and that was like Spencer's little perfect, like bioweapon people. He was like,
Okay.
yeah. So Project W is this whole
You wanted some
experiment,
super soldiers.
trying to make a super person, super being. So there were all the Wesker children, and like,
Trying to evolve humanity.
yeah. And then like you're throughout the series you're led to believe this stuff comes in later, but you're led to believe that like they were all dead. But there is one unaccounted for, and it was Alex Wesker, and then that's Revelations 2. Yeah, trying to like transfer
then
her body, which
who are the-
eventually
Who are
Yeah.
the Ashfords? There are too many Ash names.
Yes.
But the one who
the Ashfords in Code
the
Veronica.
brother thought the Code Veronica, right? Where
Yeah.
there's some like gender stuff going on where it's like
yeah.
the siblings and one of them thinks that they're the other one kind of, and like cross dressing for part of the game and stuff like
Yes.
that. Like That's
full
interesting
on.
stuff too.
I cannot wait for Code Veronica remake. Yeah, because there's a lot of that going on. But the Ashfords are just like a royal family of Umbrella. It was like the Ashfords, Spencer and Marcus.
Right.
They were kind of the founders of
Oh yeah,
the entire.
Yeah, they like split off. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we start to learn a little bit about Elpis, and we see these like like you're saying, these super soldier pods, like freaking Captain America Civil War, like just in these pod things. Obviously, Victor self-destructs this place. I love an early
Incredible.
self-destruct in a Resident Evil, actually.
Yeah.
So you're trying to, you get the helicopter key. It's a short section, but you get the helicopter key. You get the really cool,
that's
the cool
spray.
one-off
Zombie extinguisher.
weapons.
That part is so fun. Well,
So
that's what I
cool.
liked about this section is that it doesn't overstay its welcome, because it's
Yeah.
like getting into that thing. I was kind of like, I had that moment where it's like, even though I'm loving the game, sometimes there's like, you have that moment where your heart sinks a little, where you're just like, I just got out of a crazy mansion. I'm going back into another crazy mansion, and then it's like, okay, this one's 20 minutes. You're fine.
Pacing
Like,
super tight, yeah.
I'm like, okay, good. This part is interesting because this might be the first part where they mention the memory transfer stuff. I don't remember if this is where the first mention of it is. So it's like you're thinking, it's interesting because then later, especially with the Emily, because like Emily very clearly looks similar to Grace. Like up front, so we were just like, okay, is this is a clone of Grace, obviously, right? Like, what's going on? And like, so like the whole game, they do this interesting dance between like, okay, clearly Grace has some kind of genetic thing that they need to unlock this thing, but then this part introduces a memory transfer. So it's like, okay, are they just trying to make Spencer live forever, or does he know something that they don't know? Which is crucial for later, because I do feel like the reveal of just needing a password was a little weird, because I was like, well, what do they need? Why are they genetically cloning Grace if it's a knowledge-based thing? Like, this is so... But it's like a memory transfer. Like, they need the memories, and they think maybe it's the genetic
so cool
match thing. Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah.
One tiny detail before we leave that spot too is the emergency sign that talks about the stairwell. You know what I mean? Like you would see in any spot. It mentions you have to destroy any subjects before you use the stairs.
Yeah, it won't let you out unless you kill everything.
Yeah. So even like they're they're tiny details of like what an emergency sign looks like. They're like destroy all subjects. Like,
So cool. And that part was so fucking
epic,
cool.
dude.
Shout out to The Shining, obviously. Just gallons of blood coming, like running up the stairs, and all the blood coming down the stairs, I think was one of the coolest shots in this whole game.
Well, but it's also like
So cool.
It was also sick because they gave you the moment with the victory lap of the like aerosolized hemolytic injector spray, and you kill all the zombies, and you're like, this is great. I've killed everything. I'm a powerful like killing machine. And then the power blood comes out, and you realize, oh fuck, it's mutating things into blister heads, and you don't have the spray anymore. And in my second playthrough, I still had spray left. The wave of mutilation knocks it out of your hand. So it's like the game literally tells you, you don't do that anymore. Get out. Like,
get the hell out.
and so that's really cool, because then you have no choice but to run. Like,
Well,
It's sick.
on Insanity, there are more blister heads past that little like initial with the blood, that little blood area before when you start going up the stairs. There are more up there that impede your
additional
path.
enemies.
You can't just run. You can't. I mean, maybe you can, but like you're not supposed to be able to. Because I turned that corner, I'm like, I'm home free. I'm like, oh my God. He's just right there
Gotcha.
waiting for me. I was like, okay, good stuff.
So cool.
Also, she can trip again during that part. Like you, if you run too fast and don't steady yourself again. Like I think that was a good sequence, because you're being chased, and you can't stand and fight at that point.
Yeah.
I
You
wonder if
gotta
they
run.
turn off the tripping in first person, because I never had the impression in first person where I was like, why am I not moving forward? The whole time I was just like, why is this bitch so slow?
You don't.
But-
So as it was explained to me, it's basically like a speed equalizer. So you do
Oh.
move faster in third person, but you don't trip in first
I
person.
see.
Right. So it's kind of
Okay.
like balancing both
Interesting.
speeds.
Very cool.
That's cool. That's a good solution.
Yeah,
for
she
that.
just straight up just fall down though, and like you have to wait for the animation for her too.
I would
But,
love
like,
to see them talk about that, or like because obviously there's the behind the scenes. I haven't watched all that yet, but I would love to see them like play testing that. All right, let's
Yeah.
get the equal, like third person, first person. What about the movements here? Like,
I wish. I want a
Yeah.
whole GDC talk. The behind the scenes is really
Yeah.
just performance capture stuff.
yeah,
Which was really sick, like to
Yeah.
see like Nick Apostolides and Jane
So
Perry and
cool.
everyone, like they're jumping around on boxes and like putting like files in like prop thing. It's really fun because
So fun.
anytime Grace was like held down or like strapped into something, it's just 3 people holding her wrists and ankles, and she's like struggling against them. Like it's very
cool.
cool. Those videos are worth it. They're like 5 minutes long. It's cool.
So we get the helicopter key, we get out. Obviously, all hell's breaking loose because the self-destruct, the blood's coming in, a bunch of zombies are coming now. We escape in the helicopter, and we go full 28 weeks later, shout out. We love a helicopter blade versus zombies. We love it.
Oh my god, yeah.
We can't get enough of this. Just one of the coolest grinding up the zombies. But we take off, and this helicopter, there's like 20 zombies hanging onto this helicopter. Absolute chaos. And we go down. We go down instantly, and there goes Harry Reid, of course. Short-lived character. I wanted more Harry Reid. I
Grace's
was into this
reaction
guy.
to seeing that he's died is really good. She's
Yeah.
just like, oh fuck,
Impaled.
yeah,
Impaled by this like little tree branch.
yeah.
And then
classic.
another fun moment, we go back to Leon, and we see the helicopter crashing from his perspective. He's like looking out the window. And
Well, I love that he's just reading emails and stuff and seeing a
Yeah.
picture of Grace, and he's like, what does she have to do with everything? And then
Yeah.
you look out the window and she's crashing in a helicopter. You're like,
Common
oh,
sight for him, right? Another helicopter crashing. Huh?
Yeah, you've seen that before. And then he finds
must be Tuesday.
the sniper rifle. He's like, "Hello, beautiful." I love
Yeah.
that. He grabs his sniper rifle,
I
knocks
love
out the
sniper section,
window.
dude, so much. I love
The
the
way,
sniper section.
the way he knocks out the window is so cool. He's like, and then just like ready to go. And you have to protect Grace there. And yeah, then you're Leon again. Pretty cool section. It's like a little cemetery type
I like this
environment.
section. Yeah.
You're sniping. One of your favorite parts, Ali, you said on stream, when you slide down the
Oh my
roof
God.
and land on the zombie.
Excuse me.
So cool.
So fun.
But yeah, Grace.
Classic Kingsman fight. Don't skip over the Kingsman fight in the church where Leon has to go ham on a
Yes.
bunch of guys.
Yes, that part was crazy
was
actually,
nuts.
because we see these like this bloater enemy
Yeah.
that when you shoot this bloater thing, it mutates the zombies around into
Which
blister
they
heads.
did. They did mention earlier when they explained blister heads. They're like, if a blister pops on something else, it'll turn it into a thing. And it's like, but I'm like, that never happens. The blister heads their heads explode, and then this thing shows up, and you're like, oh, great. Yeah, that
Insane.
part was cool.
Yeah. And Emily Grace like runs away at that point. Leon's like, just go.
Because crucially, Emily is injured. She's bleeding from the stomach.
Yeah. So then there's like one last big chunk of Grace's section, the water treatment plant. And we have to basically like open this giant roof contraption to finally dispose of the child or the girl.
Yeah.
Once and for all. Pretty cool part. Just gave me Resident Evil 0 vibes trying to open this big thing. You can use like the lights here. That was really cool. Shining the lights on the girl. Trying to like open these or activate these mechanisms as she's like barreling down upon you is really nerve-wracking and scary. And then you finally like open the shutters on her, take her out.
Liquefied.
Liquefied. You're about to leave, but you took too long. Shit went down. Emily is dead. But then
Which was surprising.
it was crazy. I was like, no.
Just like in terms of like what they're pulling off with like video game cutscenes, the CPR scene is like actually crazy. You don't see a lot of stuff like that in any video game animations. Like that was actually like really well done.
It felt crazy, Boston. I'm glad you brought that up. That did feel crazy. Just not just narratively, but like, whoa, like we're doing CPR right here.
Well, and also like so many times we've seen the like lengthy CPR sequence. They're about to give up and they're like, no, damn you. And they like punch the stomach, whatever, or chest. And then they come back. Right. And so you're thinking like, okay, is that going to happen? Is this going to happen or whatever? And it's like also the whole time you're like, she's going to turn. Right. Like, but then they let it go a long time where, it's well after Grace like gives up and moves back that she starts to get up again.
But also, like, just like on a like the simplest baseline level, like I was thinking about how hard it is to animate interlocking fingers and not have them clip awkwardly. You know, like, this is like some top tier anime. Like Capcom's at the top of the game right now.
RE Engine doing work.
Yeah, it's like it was some crazy stuff.
So cool.
But yeah, and I feel like just in terms of like what Huber's been saying, a lot of this stuff, as I really feel like the Grace's actor is really, really good, and like a lot of this, it's not just about like just standing in a studio and delivering lines, you know what I mean? Like I feel like a lot of the stuff that she puts into this character is just like it's crazy to see how much they captured in the scenes of going through the motions of like do this, do it, she like
physically
roll
was
around
doing
here.
Like everything,
and so I think that really lent so much to even the voice performance of a scene 100%. Like that, or
it translated
the
so
elevator
well.
scene, and you believing she almost got her foot chopped off is because of how good that actor is, I think.
Her like cry anytime she was like crying or anything, I felt it so hard. It felt so real and visceral. It's like, oh my goodness. So Emily turns into a little baby monster.
The Beneviento baby from 8, kind of.
Yeah. Right? And then freaking Leon comes and Leon does what Leon does and, opens fire.
I intentionally, in my first playthrough, I intentionally did not fire a single shot because
Revelations
I wanted to see what would happen. I was like, okay, let me try to pacifist this. The game at the end of the time period, he'll shoot one time automatically. I didn't pull the trigger. He shoots automatically and she goes down, so you don't have to shoot her at all. But
got it.
Yeah. Which makes what happens later make more sense than if you just like laid into her.
And then Grace runs away. All hell breaks loose again. I forget exactly what happens there. Leon like starts coughing up blood or whatever. He's like indisposed or whatever. And then Grace
they have a fight. Grace is like, no, fuck you. Like,
that's right. She's
Emily.
over it.
I
She throws the gun back.
She gives Requiem back to Leon.
That's right.
And then Victor and Zeno show up.
Zeno reveals himself.
And I'm like, is this like Ikano Wesker? Who the hell is this guy?
Yeah, I was like, are we doing this?
For a second I was like, is that Wesker?
This is why I wish I remembered 6. I was like, is that Jake? Like, I don't remember. I don't remember. Like, could that be him? Is this some new character? I have no idea.
He's got some aura. He's got a fucking aura. I love this character too. These villains are the best. I love them.
This part was interesting though because Grace then leaves with them on a helicopter semi-willingly. And like it got me to the point where I says to Sophia, I was like, are we having a heel turn in a Resident Evil game? Like, is she gonna go evil?
It'd be crazy.
Is she the Resident Evil? Which like wouldn't make a lot of sense, but like for a second I was like, that would be kind of cool if like Grace ends up being bad, but
So they fly away and then Leon pursues them basically to
in his Porsche.
He pursues them to Raccoon City. And here we are. Now Leon takes control of this game. Raccoon City, the ruins of Raccoon City, basically an open world environment. A huge space to explore. The main objective in this area is to blow up a gate so we can get further into the city center, which is where this hidden base called Ark is apparently located, which has like the Elpis facility, the Elpis research. So we're trying to get basically to Ark and Elpis in the center of the city. So we have a huge section to try to break through this Gate, wow. I mean, they went a little bit open world on this. How does everyone think this translated? What do we think? What are our thoughts on this section of this game? Because it is way different.
Open world is a big exaggeration here.
Open environment for sure,
Open
but
field.
It is big. But it is big.
It's big. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a big spot, like underground area, rooftops, different buildings.
Well, they do something really interesting here that deviates a bit from Resident Evil's typical design philosophy, because normally it's like, okay, problem A requires key B. Go to location C, get key B, go back and open problem A, right? Like that's like how it goes. This is like you're in the second, like the building next to the tent, right? The apartments area. You do a whole bunch of stuff, get batteries to open up a grate that just lets you back out. Cedarbrook Apartments that just lets you back out into the street, and you're like, okay, wait, but I didn't find the crank I needed. Like, what? Where am I? What? You know? And then like you can like go and dick around at other stuff, and then you get the gas tank from the gas station section, which I found pretty difficult the first playthrough.
So intense.
Which then lets you into the sideways building, Willis Tower, which like doesn't lead you to the rest of Cedarbrook Apartments yet. So it's like they did a cool thing where like each section kind of contributes to the other sections more than usual, which was kind of interesting. And then also like to get the BSAA canisters, like shipping containers, like looping back around through the subway to go back into the original area of Raccoon City that you started in was kind of a cool thing where you were like, why am I going back here? And then like, oh, right, there's a case here.
And it's so cool. Like this whole game has little references overtly or subconsciously to like everyone in this franchise. Like, oh, there's BSAA, immediately thinking of Chris and Sheva. Like, boom. Thinking of Resident Evil 5, thinking of just all of these characters. And then obviously where we go later, we get a lot of Stars references and
oh my God,
Barry references and Rebecca, just all this stuff, which I thought was really cool. But yeah, I really like the containers, getting those. I really loved the building, Isla. I know you love that part with like the glass.
Oh my God, the sideways glass
shooting
building
the glass out
was so cool.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
It's funny. There's like a whole tutorial on like how the glass is going to work. And so I'm like, okay, cool. This is a whole component of this game going forward. It's like, no, just that one part.
Just a sick part.
Just for this. Yeah, the tooltips are very funny because like sometimes they'll pop up and it's like, yeah, I figured that out. Thanks.
Yeah.
Like,
I really love the. Go ahead, Kyle.
Same though. That like that sideways building. To me, the tension's so fun. In a zombie game where you're like a kind of ridiculous character who can do backflips over helicopters and everything, right? Like
but can't.
The
go
tension
over a
was
small
high.
fence.
Yeah, like that was really really cool. I love that whole section.
Yeah,
really
accidentally shooting one and you fall to your death. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, like, well, you have to manage the Damiani and I were talking about this on the stream, where it's like you have to actually think about like the physics of glass a little bit, because it's like if you shoot out too many like supporting side things, the whole fucking thing will fall. Like, you'll die.
I got a weird lore question though.
Yeah.
So we learn that BSAA has been here semi-recently, like 3 years ago. Yeah. They sent a team out. They all got headshotted by Xeno.
Yeah.
And then BSAA says, okay, let's not go to Raccoon City ever again.
Yeah.
Was it 3 years ago?
I got the
impression that it was an ongoing kind of assault. Like,
yeah, I thought it was fairly recent.
What was confusing was that they were trying to blow the gate, but then outside Ark, they were like, maybe also BSAA has been outside Ark, and I was just like, wait, how did they get in? Like,
I will say, as a lore enthusiast, the BSAA has a lot of unanswered questions. Yeah. Like, there is a lot. I was trying to explain
what the BSAA was to Sophia while we were playing, and I was like, well, okay, they were like a counter bioweapons thing, but secretly run by like Umbrella and Tricell, and
like,
even the whole thing.
Weird wrinkle, they're like, well, the North American faction is acting independent. Like,
totally.
What's going on?
Multiple factions.
And then, like the Tricell drop a little later. I'm like, okay, like what?
Yeah. Obviously, there's the whole. Chris comes in the Baker House. That's BSAA coming in. There's still like the Umbrella Blue and Umbrella Red lore that wasn't even mentioned in this game. Like there's still some loose hanging.
Yeah, because wasn't the Umbrella
threads.
logo on the helicopter Chris picks you up on at the end of 7?
Yeah, there's like there was like a different umbrella.
Yeah, there's like, no, I'm good, Umbrella.
Yeah.
It's like, sure you are, bro.
Bizarre.
But I do like it. In terms of like, I like, like they've got these camps set up. So we got an absolute blown up city, and then on top of that we have the remains of some sort of I don't know, like I don't know what they were trying to do. They set up camp. They set up these mortars. You know what I mean? Like BSAA was like they were doing war in there for a second and then left. They left their shit, and then you use that, right? I love how they like gamified killing zombies. Where like if you're a BSAA recruit, you're incentivized to kill as many zombies as possible so you could buy better guns.
Yeah,
that stuff's all funny to me, and actually like fun gameplay stuff too.
And like in-universe justifications for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, that BSAA faction that got cut in half by Xeno must have been like moments before, because in the cutscene it was.
I think it was years before, actually.
Really? What was Xeno doing, bopping around?
Yeah, just research. Just research.
I mean, we'll learn. Like they've been doing shit in Arc, like pretty much that whole time.
Yeah, they were
Selling
there. It's just they
weapons.
just never had.
Basically, they
grace.
blew up Raccoon City, and they're like, "All right, let's go. That's ours now. We're moving in."
Yeah.
And then a lot of BSAA got like corrupted by the connections, which is like the underground Akatsuki, basically. There's the
Were
connection.
they introduced in 7?
7,
What was
yeah.
the first mention of the connections. That's
yeah. In the lab, in what's his name's lab, you start reading about the connections.
Had to get their
and one of the leaders of the connections was like Brandon Bailey, this old Umbrella researcher in 5. There's some sick shit.
Yeah.
I remember getting obsessed with the connections after 7. Just like, dude, I love this. Like another organization.
I liked in 7 that they dropped the connections and barely gave you anything. Because like when they first did the connections, I'm like, okay, cool, that's gonna explain the big bad of this kind of chapter of Resident Evil. Nah, it's just background lore stuff. Cool to see it paying off.
Totally.
More.
Just want to give a shout out to the logistics warehouse. I was obsessed with this area.
Cool location.
It like there's a lot of Walking Dead moments in this game, just like zombies in the subway thing, and this part especially in a warehouse with zombies rising up from the dirt.
Yeah.
Well, and that part was so cool because like there were no even Leon says, he's like, where are all the bodies? Like there should be bodies everywhere.
Fucking cool. So cool.
Because the first bunch of stuff in Resident Evil or in Raccoon City, like there aren't enemies. Like there's the spider, and then but there aren't zombies. You know, like
And I love zombies so much. Obviously, we've had some got my zombie fix with Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake, but like to have modern zombies in the timeline in Resident Evil 9, like this game reveres zombies. This is some zombie love in full action, just the way they are handled. There's like the ones with the body armor, you got to get those headshots. Obviously later there's like the cop ones,
BSAA
classic throwback to 2. So I just love that. But yeah, pretty huge.
Sort of it's sort of a personality payout, because we were talking about, and I agree that like zombies with personalities didn't really pay off, but like here we do have zombies using firearms. Yeah. And like they can still operate the mortar shells, and the BSAA guys with submachine guns, like they're a threat. Like
big threat. Those things kill me a bunch of times.
Yeah. So it's like that is kind of an interesting thing where it's like these are more like skilled zombies. Like they can remember basic motor functions, like operating a mortar cannon, which is like pretty complicated.
Totally using those viruses to make true bioweapons. Like that's what it's all about. Bioweapon research.
It's what brings us all together. Yeah.
Anytime they show just Umbrella, I'm just like, my Umbrella. I love Umbrella. Umbrella is so sketch. Top 5 sketchiest organizations.
I loved all the burned out like Umbrella ads all over Raccoon City.
Fucking cool.
So much attention to detail, especially later in RPD, but like so much attention to detail. Like in RPD, jumping ahead a second, like when Leon finds the corpse with its bottom jaw missing, That's
Yep.
obviously the one in the remake where
licked.
she like sees Claire sees the body and like the mouth splits open, like the gory moment from the trailer, right?
So fucking
And it's
cool.
like, that's that guy. Like, that's
Yep.
sick.
Just still there. Just
Yeah.
bodies there. So I like this section. I don't like it as much as Rhodes Hill. I think one of the things that got me was just like how brown and gray everything is. I understand we're in like the ruins of Raccoon City, but I could have gone just for even a few more like real buildings, you know. I have very high standards when it comes to exploring Raccoon City. This is like where I was born. This is my favorite place. I fucking love Raccoon City. I love it in 3 so much. Going to like we talked about the very beginning, Renwood Hotel. Like in Resident Evil 3, the original, you go to like the newspaper place, Raccoon City newspaper, and like you have this whole building you can go in. I think I just wanted a couple more like diners and, you know, a post office or a bank or, you know, just more of like real world areas instead of just like a lot of brown and gray ruins. Because a lot of it is in the big like Willis building, and that's just like just a blown out building. There's like not much to identify it. Even there is like a little hotel lobby area, but it's kind of just like one room. So just my minor personal nitpick on that. But I think exploring the entire area as Leon, you get to, you know, lean into the weapon upgrades here, obviously getting your CP points heavily. You know, there's like a lot of game stuff here that is just super fun, like encouraging you to kill every enemy because you want those points to level up your guns. It's like, I'm leaving no zombie alive. Like putting yourself in more danger for like 500 points.
Yeah. But it feels good. Like the upgrade progression was really good. It was
Really
rewarding
nice.
to upgrade the weapons. And like, especially after you beat the game once where you can like get that 3rd level of upgrade. If you've got all the Mr. Raccoons, like you feel it. Like one-shotting a blister head with the Marksman at 1A, like that feels good, dude.
That's dopamine.
That feels good.
That is a dopamine hit.
Blah.
But so yeah, we're trying to blow this gate and get our motorcycle up and running.
Sick, dude.
So we get this motorcycle, taking a page out of Uncharted's book or something here. I was like, all right, Nathan.
I think it felt like an homage to the jet ski to me.
Or like Devil May Cry even, I was thinking of. Like, yeah, this part was cool. Like zombie dogs running through. I guess we didn't talk about the giant spider. There was the giant spider. That was a pretty good boss fight. I thought it was cool. You're in a small area.
Nasty looking spider.
Yeah, sending little spiders after you.
Shout out to the arachnophobes.
Yeah, for sure.
Goddamn.
Good fight. You got to hit its butt, and it's like, you know, blocking around. Another classic fight where you're jumping up and down. You're trying to get behind this damn thing.
I like when a boss fight makes it clear it's not time to run anymore.
Yeah.
Because
Stand
you are
and
running from
fight.
the spider for a long time. I think
Yeah.
a door shuts, like, okay, and now fight. He's like, okay,
Yes.
got it.
This game, like,
Such a good call.
Text appeared. It said defeat the spider. I was like, okay. I was like, thank you for letting me know I can fight now.
but I feel like they didn't even need the text because, like, I feel like the design language of this game is so strong where it's just like you kind of just know. You're like, okay, I'm in a long hallway.
Yeah.
And it's hitting me too much. I just need to run here. And then, you get into the bigger building. You're like, fight time. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. I like too when he like tries to hatchet it.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of like harder because of its like
Yeah.
shell or whatever. He's like, gah!
The chitinous exoskeleton.
Yeah. So cool. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, you're gonna get back to the motorcycle part.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, I didn't realize you don't have to steer at all the first time. I was like, actually, like,
You don't?
no.
I was
If you-
like placebo steering every time.
It's for camera. You will never crash in anything. It's for camera control.
That's so
for
funny.
aiming, you do not need like you can like just hands off. Like die to something, but like you're gonna die to enemy attacks. You will not crash in anything.
Interesting.
The exception is the I mean, you got to shoot out the explosive things later,
Right.
but you like I was like first time like, oh, I'm moving and stuff, and like the camera moves and makes it feel like you're steering a bit, but like you're not.
chasing Damiani chasing down Gideon, because Gideon is also on a motorcycle. I'm like, what is this Final Fantasy 7?
It's Mission Impossible 2. It's literally the motorcycle part.
I thought they were gonna attack.
They even do the gun thing at the end where they drive. I was like, they just wanted to give a nod to John Woo here. It's like, here we go.
Totally. Like when Gideon shows up with the RPG up on a building, I'm like, okay, here we go.
So
here we
insane.
go.
Pretty good.
And then eventually we get to the spot of spots, RPD.
Oh my god.
Just getting to the street first was so incredible. Like immediately like you take control of Leon, and there's like the stairs down that lead up to the stairs to RPD. It's like, there it is. You look left, you see the ruins of the truck that crashes. You see the cars. Like, what a cool moment. And then of course you come up and you see RPD right there, just ruined. Plays some epic flashbacks with like Marvin. Because I was thinking like 2 Remake was like a little while ago, but then even like I was thinking in terms, because I love to replay the whole franchise in order, like the chronological order. So I was thinking of like, wow, imagine playing like Remake 2 and then like playing all like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then getting to 9, and it's like, whoa, that's like a lot of time has passed, just timeline wise, and like in between that. And of course, it plays some classic music jingles when you walk in, just the nostalgia overload. And they did a really good job too. Damiani, I know you love fucking just exploring RPD and Remake 2. I thought they did such a cool job of like sealing certain sections off. It's like, all right, here's most of it, but it's not all of it.
Yeah. I like, you had the feeling of like, I wish I could have explored more. Obviously, like there's a sequence that happens that opens up more of the rooms, but you're not really supposed to explore them. My favorite part was going up to certain things like the puzzle stuff and getting old Leon's commentary. I'm like, that was a pretty strange puzzle. Or like that was a like
puzzle.
Yeah, or like the dials have rusted shut. I can't interact with this anymore. I was like, they knew what people were going to go up to and interact with, and they had like good, clever stuff for that. I even liked how the riser thing to lift up that was left in the library was still in the same spot you had left it in too.
Yeah.
And you could open the east wing gate, but like it was kind of pointless. It's like, okay, it just makes it easier to get in there, but like you need it for like they just had little touches like that. And then obviously I was like they have like the one police officer, and this sentimental Leon, like there's so many sentimental parts with Leon, because you have that, you take him out, he goes, rest easy, officer. Or you said like with the Marvin stuff, that like even going into their offices and saying like Leon Kennedy reporting for duty, sir. But like the best stuff was like, obviously probably for you too, the Star's office,
of course,
and then throwing us such
for like 20 minutes,
a great bone with Barry's scavenger hunt.
Best, dude. My favorite thing in the game.
Yeah, I was like, is this? Were these in the RE2 remake? I can't remember. Is this new? Am I supposed to go? I'm going to go do this, I guess. And then that was a nice little touch.
Because famously, to get that Rebecca photo in the very original 2, you have to spam Wesker's desk like 50 times. You keep checking over and over and over and over and over again. Then
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, then you get the film and you go develop the film. That's in the original game. So I felt like this was such a cool tribute. It was a tribute to that. And then like I was saying earlier, just how everyone is at least subtly referenced, right? You see Rebecca's desk. Obviously, Stars, it's so easy to reference everyone because they're all right there. You see Rebecca's desk. Famously, her med pouch is there, usually has a first aid spray in there. You check it this time and it's like, it's probably empty. Like, not anymore, And then, of course, Jill's desk, Chris's desk, Jill's beret, of course, you get to look at. And then Barry's scavenger hunt. And that just leads you around.
The hilarious attaché case in the armory with the three-letter code.
Exactly. The 3-letter.
So goofy.
So bizarre. Yeah. Resident Zero. Resident Evil 0 remake for sure. They're throwing that out there. Hey, remember Rebecca, everybody? Shout out. The sunglasses you can get.
Yeah.
I'm doing it all.
So it's glasses.
Yeah. So I was pumped. I was so fucking pumped. Yeah. And then, of course, any other thoughts before we get to the Xeno encounter with Leon? Because we start getting some answers here.
So one thing I think about is cool about the RPD as like a location in this game at that point, right?
Yeah.
Is I think you could, if you're not doing the scavenger hunt, it's a super short segment.
Sure.
So really, the only reason that would be like a substantial segment at all is if you care to explore it, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But then also, did you all say tofu?
Yeah, on my first playthrough, not my second. On my first playthrough, I just got him. I was freaking out.
Wait,
Me
what?
too, yeah.
I didn't.
Tofu itself kind of just like wiggles into a window, goes, and then like looks away. It's
What?
really weird.
I got it on my first playthrough. I don't know how I fucking did it. I haven't looked up how to trigger it. My second playthrough was pumped to see him again because I was like, oh, I want to take a better look. Didn't happen. Didn't happen.
It was, I never saw him, but in the hallway where you shoot the officer, where you go right, I would hear a weird ass noise. I thought it was coming from the real world, or maybe had like a YouTube window open. I'm like, what the hell is this like bouncy, springy like noise effect?
That was tofu.
Then like it happened on my second playthrough. I'm like, okay. Googled it and it's like tofu's in the game. Like I didn't see him until I looked it up. I'm like, and then I like when I went back there.
How do you trigger it? Because I got it the first time accidentally.
Every time it was like shoot the officer, go hang a right, which goes to a dead end, and you like hear him like there.
That's probably the initial like trigger of it, maybe.
Yeah, I think
because he popped
like
up like 2 times at least. I saw him 3 times even.
But what I like about it, like that's super cheesy, like like insane fan service that should be in the game, but you can only initiate it if you're already doing the nostalgia quest.
So cool, so
That's
fun.
nuts.
There was
I didn't know he was there.
Sega Saturn in that locker. You know what I mean?
yeah, they
I'm
went
just
with Saturn.
wow,
Yeah,
A jewel case of Resident Evil in Resident Evil.
That's fun.
Oh, awesome!
That whole segment
every
was so
game
good.
case in there was a hint. Those are all the game. No,
Yeah, they're all remaking all of them. Then does Mr. X show up before the Xeno cutscene?
So
or
you
after?
see
it's
Xeno
during it. Yeah.
Right,
you see Xeno, you shoot him, and he does my favorite shit that Wesker does in Resident Evil 5, the bullet dodging. So immediately my mind is like, are we a clone of Wesker here?
Yeah, are we Wesker? What's happening?
Are we a clone? What is going on? Yeah. So Xeno, badass, is like, yeah, I don't have time for this. Who shows up? An old friend, Mr. X.
Looking a little older too. I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
Crazy. So Mr. X shows up. Wait for Damiani here. Mr. X crashes through the ceiling, Damiani.
Yep.
Freaking out of control. And I shot him with the Requiem a few times, and he just shrugged that off. He was not having it initially. Yeah. I wasted those bullets.
Pretty
2 Requiem shots to the dome immediately. I was like immediately standing up. Boom.
He was like, let's go.
I feel just talk about the spider boss. To me, it was pretty clear it was not time to fight him. Right there.
I got carried away.
I was like, do you have a hat on? Do I have to show off a hat? Nope. Okay. Look for like any piece of article of clothing. Shoot anything off? Nope. We're running.
This part was interesting to me because it was like, I ran around and I was still I hadn't done the scavenger hunt yet. So like I hadn't finished it. So I was like still running around looking for that because I was like, okay, that's probably in the press room. Like, how do I get in there? Blah, blah, blah. And like running around. This is one of my other few gripes with this game is and I thought about you, Damiani, because it's like hit detection stuff, but it's like scripted death, or not scripted death, but like cutscene death. Thing. Well, cutscene death, scripted hit detection, where it was like I was standing outside the room where he was dicking around with the half of a helicopter, the back half of a helicopter.
I got killed by this too.
I was
10
feet away from that thing, and all of a sudden it cuts to me getting stabbed through the middle with that thing. And it happened a couple other times with like chainsaw enemies or whatever, where I would be like nowhere near them, and then all of a sudden it was just like, you're dead, and I'm like, what? Like
this is also though it honestly is in the running for number 1 death ever in Resident Evil.
Oh,
Mr. X impales you and then rips you in half.
yeah, it's tight.
Half of Leon's corpse he's holding. I was just like, yo, dude. Okay, it could be the number 1. It could be the number
It
1
was
player.
pretty
guy.
great.
I was
Except
just
I was
dumbing
mad at it.
I didn't realize I was like, I need to keep running away. I just backed out of the room. I'm like, okay, are you gonna like stop doing that? And it's just like slowly coming at me, and I'm like, is the game bugging out? Like, what is this? And then like it reaches me and triggers the death cuts. I'm like, okay, I'm probably gonna have to like run away, aren't I?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, that was it. It was short and sweet. Like it didn't. We talked about things not overstaying their welcome. Like it was just very brief. And it gave you a little bit of that thrill, and then you moved on. I was like, good, because I was like, I don't want a whole like long area where now I'm having to deal with the tyrant. Like they resolved that pretty quickly, you know.
And then you get to fight, the friggin' like mutated version. It has the giant claw, you know, one of the most famous Resident Evil monsters of all time. Like when he gets that claw, he even does the like drag it on the ground, charge, try to impale you with it. That was a cool fight. Just a nice
do you think he had
open
memory
arena.
transference? Do you think he remembered like RE1 when they shot like a missile at him? He's like, I've got the missile now, bud. How do you like it?
Yeah, he like holds it up. I love that part when he just shows it to him, where he's just like, "Hey, Leon," like.
That is the part you bring it like this. I bought the RPG rocket for that fight. One shot. I was like, goodbye.
Later, bro.
I was like, payback for use.
So
Wait, what do you mean you bought it? What do you mean you bought it?
So
With
when
CP
you could buy
points.
the RPG, you could buy the RPG and from the thing, the shot, like the container thing.
Completion.
Yeah.
Unlock
Oh,
the
is it
ability
This like a
to
new game
buy
plus
it.
thing?
Yeah,
Got
like
it,
the
got
second
it, got
time,
it,
because
got
I
it.
used the Requiem. Sorry, I used the Requiem first, but the second time I went back, I'm like, you want a rematch, huh?
That's cool.
I was actually
Yeah.
surprised that for me that fight, I had a lot of ammo coming into this, but like he went down easier than I thought he would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like first time it wasn't that bad, but like
Yeah.
second time I'm like, when I saw I could buy the RPG, I was like, your payback, buddy.
I did love that because Leon's not a rookie anymore. No longer
Yeah.
the first day on the job tyrant.
Wait, we
Get
have
wrecked.
we have to talk about the Welcome
Yeah.
Leon banner because I loved that moment.
Yeah.
Like the fact that Zeno and Victor were like fucking with him and they moved the Welcome Leon banner to the desk
So
and like
insane.
left a note. Like, oh, it's so good. But it's like it makes you realize like, oh yeah, right. Like Raccoon City got missile striked, not nuked, but missile struck like pretty directly after 2 and 3. Like literally.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, everything would just
During
still be there if the building was still there in any way. Like, it's so
Yeah.
cool. All the details are so good.
Yeah. So yeah, really, just a really incredible section. Fan service done right. Doesn't outstay its welcome. Even like goes ham. You know, tofu is like an insane thing to put in that game, Kyle. And it's like we don't even care because it's like so short and sweet, and it's just like this game is a tribute to the franchise. Like we're here for these nods and stuff, and it never takes away from like the story of this game being told, and like Grace and Zeno and Victor and Leon. Like the story here is still taken seriously, so they're allowed to just like have fun and be playful with like all these other little goofy nods. Love that. So we destroy Tyrant, and then we are in the lab. We get to Arc, right?
There's a little
Don't
part.
skip
There's
Kendo.
There's the
Of course, Kendo. We got to
Kendo's
escape
right
that.
before that.
Yes.
But also you go into you go a little.
I can't believe I was going to skip Kendo.
You also skip the subway in the plant.
Yes, dude, Kendo. Shout out. Just want to give a shout out.
They flash back to the DLC thing too. That was
Yeah.
a DLC specific cutscene.
Yes.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that's right.
Love that.
You couldn't respect the remains. You couldn't step on them. The Capcom's like, no, you don't get
yeah.
you cannot disrespect that.
That's fun.
so good. So yeah, you do Kendo, and tyrant, and then it's the...
Then you go under the orphanage.
Oh my god, the whole orphanage section.
And
dude,
yeah,
creep show.
We had that flashback part.
Hiding under a fucking bed. I love this.
Wait, how do we...
It happens during
cut back to Grace?
It happens during RPD when the Xeno cutscene happens. Before you resume and do the tyrant part, you do the flashback to the orphanage during that.
Yeah.
It happens during that cutscene. And then you come back.
I thought that was when Grace was in Arc. I'm so confused.
No, it's definitely
before, yeah.
it's during
it's
RPD. Yeah,
yeah.
Okay. It's like it. Yeah, the tyrant chases right after you come back.
And I think if you're wondering like why Grace is going along with Xeno, it is because of moments like that. This is Grace like learning this stuff. So he like shows her a picture. She's like, oh, that's me as a kid. It's like, no, that's not you necessarily. And then you basically play through, I think, some security cam footage that he showed her. You know what I mean? Like, you play through the story of
which
Chloe.
was a cool twist, because like for most of that you're like, okay, is this Grace? Like, are we playing as baby Grace and getting memories of her? And then at the end of the segment where you're getting chased around by these like freaky glowing-eyed girls, that girl gets taken and they're like, deal with it. You're
so crazy.
That was not Grace.
I've got her. Some fucking umbrella doctors. Nobody's more sketch than these bastards.
So good.
Oh yeah, if you read their notes, those guys are absolute freaks.
I can't wait to operate on children. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I will say,
I love when you're under the bed and they're messing with the beds.
Oh yeah.
And you just see all of their legs like turn to the one you're under. I thought that was so eerie, so freaky.
So talk about good animations where it's like then they all hear they're pounding on the bed and then they hear a noise and you can tell by the way their legs move that all of them went like,
yeah,
and it's
so
like
cool.
It's so cool. Like it's just good animation.
Yeah. So the arc entrance.
Mm-hmm.
We get in a little scuffle here. We get in a little fight with the commander.
Oh, that.
So I thought initially this was Hunk, but I'm not.
I thought it was Hunk.
I'm not.
Hunk. It's not. They call him the commander, but I'm
not ready to confirm that this was Hunk because
I was like, is this Hunk?
Yeah, I'm not ready to confirm that this is Hunk just yet, Damiani. Do you think it was Hunk? Yeah, do you think the commander is Hunk or no?
I don't know.
It feels weird to not.
I was excited because I thought it was like we're gonna get to fight Hunk, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like there would have been more. I don't think they would. I don't know. I feel like there's something off about it, that it's not, maybe it's not quite, maybe it's just like they just wanted to be like, hey, there are like other badasses, like everything's been like but they're supposed to be like the elite soldiers that you're fighting in Arc, and they are kind of like a pain, like they they group up like on harder difficulties, they like you have to be more strategic with it, no matter how strong of weapons you've got, like they'll just beat you with numbers if you go guns blazing, so like you got to use the smoke for cover to like hide and get off a few shots or take cover. So I think they were just trying to like be like, these guys are no pushovers, and this was their commander. And
could be though. It still could be. There's a lot of evidence both ways. It totally could be.
I thought it was Hunk at first. I've seen people saying like, no, it's not actually him, and it's like then there are people like, yeah, it's definitely him.
I love that. I
don't know, but like
that's so fucking cool for Hunk too to be that mysterious. It's like, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a fantastic part. I was like, because like you can't unless
my favorite fight.
Funny thing for Science Huber.
Yeah.
If you use the RPG on him, you still must deliver a hatchet blow to finish him, or the fight will continue. You cannot just one-shot him.
I thought you were going to say he parries the rocket. I thought you were going to say that.
Okay, that would have been funny. Or dodged it. Yeah, maybe from a certain distance, but like you still have to like finish him off with the hatchet. I was like, yeah, you got to do it this way.
Boss rewards. I think it's cool that you get a custom hatchet for killing him.
Oh my god! Yeah,
you know
the mortal
like having
edge.
a unique object for like defeating any enemy, I think is really cool.
And the description, of that, a formidable instrument of death. And that
guy was Hunk, man.
That is like, Hunk. Like they call him Mr. Death in the original Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. when you beat the game, you get these epilogue files. These epilogue files are still so important to Resident Evil, still to this fucking day. You see what everybody's up to. The 9th one you get is Hunk, and it's like, always only you survive, Mr. Death. They call him, like, Mr. Death is his nickname. So, like, a formidable instrument of death on this knife.
Of Mr. Death.
It's and like, is this Hunk? Like,
another really fun thing is like, the bodies stay gone in this game, right? When you kill a zombie, you come back later, it's still down there. If you go up the stairs and then come back down, his body's gone. Like, that was Hunk.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be back.
That was him. He's not
Let's get some DLC. Let's get some DLC now. Picking up from after that fight, he, like, runs off.
I mean, obviously, and there's some funny business with post-credits, but I feel like this is involved.
Yeah. Fucking awesome. Justice for Hunk.
Good fight, though. We're like, really
really
a fun
good
fight.
Yeah. When you talk about like pacing, when you talk about like this feeling like a throwback, you know what I mean? You didn't get Ada, but you got a Hunk fight. Like, I think that's pretty cool.
Well, it feels like
and just those
feels like the knife fight in 4.
Totally Krauser vibes, and
Krauser.
just how Hunk has like been around in this franchise, but like the least amount out of like any character, like maybe not the least amount, but like such few mentions of Hunk. You have like the epilogue in 3. You have obviously the game and the mini game in original 2, and obviously remake 2.
But he's like a mercenaries guy, you know?
Yeah. What's cool is, I will always remember this because I love my Hunk lore. There is a document in Code Veronica about him doing a delivery. And Umbrella is being fucking annoying and not telling him about like what he's delivering. And he's like super mad about it. He's like really pissed off. That's like the only mention of him in that game. So I'm wondering because
he's canon though. That's cool.
Yeah. So like Code Veronica remake. Will we get a little more Hunk or something? Who knows?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Also, just that security team, they're so intense. They come in with like the shields and stuff. Just like the lights. I love their like flashlights in that scene. You're kind of like creeping around and they're like hunting you. So cool. So intense. But yeah, this is pretty much kind of the end of the game. You know, you always end in a big umbrella lab, an umbrella facility.
Got so many of them.
I know. And by the time we get here too, I was thinking in my head, like, I think this was the most consistent location, the most consistent locations in a Resident Evil game. I loved all of them. I really didn't dislike any of the locations. Yeah. There's always like one area where I like kind of don't like I think of Village the Factory. It's grown on me over time. It's cool. You know, the weird factory with like the drill eye guys and stuff, but like almost every environment in this game was fucking immaculate.
Yeah. I don't like replaying the flashback to I think the little girl is Chloe. It's not because it's not Grace.
Yeah.
Her name's Chloe now. I don't like redoing that part. It's like because you have to wait for all the things.
Have to wait.
It's very forced. Unlike like the earlier Grace part, if you know what to do, you can get through it very quickly. You cannot do that with the orphanage flashback part.
I'm really looking forward to speed runs of this game. Like just seeing like what people figure out. Because I'm sure there's some weird ass way to skip around in there, but I don't know. Yeah,
like timings and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you would think another lab environment's like, and we've seen this so many times, and it's like because I feel like what you said, we already talked about like the elite warriors or soldiers and the supposedly Hunk fight, but like Lickers, it's like, hey, remember Lickers? Remember them? And it's like, how are we gonna get? You know, we've seen them so many times, but like, what are you gonna do with them? But I also like how they introduced for Grace a new weapon, like the bottles of acid that like can just
cool.
It's like if you're very strategic, you can cluster a few of them up and kill them all with just one of those. Like, or you can just be silent. You could be silent and sneak past everything if you really wanted to. That
goes back
really
to
cool.
the acid grenade rounds being more effective against certain enemies in the older Resident Evil games. Yeah. More nods, more tributes to this franchise.
Lickers don't have skin. It's fun. It's good fun lore.
Yeah, but I think the acid rounds work on those zombies in there too, because the zombies seem to have more exposed skin. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it impacts everything, but just having something that was just more effective than anything else you had to taking down the like Lickers.
Yeah. And then like just getting separated there. Obviously, Leon is on his last dying breath, basically. I'm like, yo, is this the end? Are we going Tony Stark here? Like, is Leon going down?
Heroic sacrifice, yeah.
It's like, wow, this would be a fitting time. Like, this character's been around for a ton of games, decades of gaming. Leon Kennedy, like, give a proper send-off here. So yeah, then we take control of Grace, obviously, in this section, and she has to deal with all that chaos. The friggin' liquors, like you were saying, creeping through. We don't have our Leon shotgun anymore.
Yeah, but I think it was very it was a good middle ground between what we had done in Road Hills and then Grace having more utility and more tools and having more options, because it's definitely a more linear section, but the environments that you're coming across have like more like zigzag paths that you can zigzag this way through the room, or you could go around this way. And I want to give like another special shout out to this insanity difficulty, because they absolutely changed placement of enemies. They changed when they appear. Like one of the earliest ones, when you go down the staircase back to use the key to let Leon get out and start to escape from that trash compactor area. Yeah. The liquor's just on the wall there, and you can so quickly, easily sneak by it. In Insanity, it's at the bottom of the stairs and rounds the corner at the last second silently. So and it's impeding your way. Like, you have to use a bottle to lure it out. You cannot just sneak. Maybe you can, but you're not probably supposed to sneak by it. And later on in that room, as Leon, where you have to wait for the elevator to come down, and you're also fighting with he's having the weird visions, his visions going and stuff, because dying. In the normal and all other difficulties, the liquor's already on the ceiling, just there, and we could deal with them. Like first playthrough, I just kited them down. I aggroed all of them, kited them into the hallway in the previous room, so there's all easy, just bam, bam, bam. You're all dead. They don't appear to a certain part when the elevator's coming down, and they just all pop through at the same time, and you can't sneak. Like, they are we're aware you're in there, and that shit starts triggering when you're trying to fight them. Holy, it's oh god, this sucks. Please, Leon, stop! I gotta be able to aim, dude.
So crazy.
Also,
the hardest difficulties are so brutal. Hardcore in Resident Evil 2 was so hard. Wow.
They did a good job in that section with the safe codes too, giving you a reason to go back into those previous areas.
Yes,
Grace, because good.
And
good
even
stuff.
a liquor monster is in some of those big cases, but you want what's in there. You're I know something's in there. Yep. I want to let everything out. Give me the stuff. Then we find this. Do you remember the big dark night wall? Remember that thing with all the screens?
Oh, you mean the architect's room from?
Yeah, the architect's room. Exactly. Yeah.
Love this part.
Dark Knight. I was like, what?
The
surveillance
room thing.
I was a dark nighttime wall? What are you talking about?
Yeah, with all the files and the videos.
That's what's crazy is, we get that disc at the beginning of this game.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought, honestly, back to what we were talking about.
Yeah, when they bagged Grace, I assumed they wanted that disc, and nobody cared. Nobody actually cared about that disc.
Yeah.
Grace had it in her back pocket the whole time.
Well,
and she's oh, dude. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, the disc is what reveals that Grace is just a normal person. She has no genetic abnormalities. She's not got any genetic memories. She's just a girl who Spencer, in his old age, perhaps due to senility, started trying to have a change of heart.
Yeah.
And was I just want to raise this girl.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and which was so crazy, especially in the plot, because you're but Elpis though, they're cloning Grace to try to unlock this thing. They're doing this and this. And when Xeno was we need this password, I was what?
Oh yeah,
I got just a knowledge a password thing. Oh, you didn't release?
Yeah, I was dude, Leon. I'm gonna side with Leon. Leon's don't release it.
I sniffed it. I was I think it's a cure, dude.
It was insane because I thought that was the normal ending. I was that cannot be it. Obviously, fucking blows Leon's head off.
Yeah, that was,
It's insane. Xeno like
it's very brief.
executes him.
There's like no post. It's just
like over.
It's over.
Yeah.
But Kyle, back to your thing. You were saying you were surprised about like the disc. It was just for Grace and a payoff for that, and that the villains didn't want, like, they weren't searching for it.
Yeah.
You were. What were your final thoughts on that? Sorry.
Oh, so I think what's really interesting is basically what happens in Arc is you come to Xeno, right? You come to the scenario and you escape just barely. You know what I mean? He basically almost kills Leon there. You drop really far, like they get beat up. There's like an hour, right? Maybe not in your playthroughs, but like a really long time to get just right back to that spot where it's Grace and Leon just talking to Xeno again, the exact same circumstance. The only thing that really effectively has changed is that Grace has this information from this disc.
She knows
so
something
I think,
now.
Yeah. So I think that that seems like pretty important. I like that. I like the reveal of the disc and what she learns. And you as a player, it's really interesting. Isla was willing to take it, what Spencer is saying at face value, because I was so sure he was lying that entire time.
Yeah.
This also would eventually get the bad ending. So it's like everybody watching the same footage and you choosing whether or not you're believing what this guy is saying.
Yeah. Crazy, because Spencer has been the overarching main villain of this entire franchise. So it is crazy now that all of a sudden we are getting this like last minute change of heart, because it turns out Elpis is not a virus, it is an anti-virus, which was insane to me.
Which also, though, like,
it blew me away. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, it also, like, it makes sense, though, like, and it doesn't even feel to me like a retcon of, like, oh, Spencer was getting soft in his old age, like, he had guilt or whatever, and I'm like, maybe, but also, like, what better bargaining chip than being able to turn off all bioweapons? Because they say repeatedly, like, this will shift the global power structure dramatically. Like, this is gonna, in this world, like, instead of nukes, they also have nukes, but like,
you have the
instead
virus
of nukes,
and the cure,
you have the tyrant. And it's like, if you're the guy with the hand on the button and the hand on the cure, like, you control everything. And like, so it's like, to me, it's like,
he's still sketch.
He's still sketchy, because it's like, sure, probably he did feel some regret, whatever, but also, like, it's a prudent move to have in your back pocket a way to stop all of this, because also he was mad at everyone for taking his shit and like using it against him sometimes, and like, so to me it makes total sense that like he would have done this.
I love that.
Yeah.
Also, it just makes you think of where in the timeline stuff is. You know, I was thinking about his scene in 5, one of the most memorable scenes ever. There's an entire DLC based off of that scene in Resident Evil 5, Lost in Nightmares. And so I was like, are we retconning any of the Resident Evil games? Because even when they're talking about not knowing who sent the missile, that's why I was thinking about 6 so much, because it was very obviously Simmons and the connections sending the missile. Like, we learned in 6 heavily. It was like, okay, we know Simmons did this. So I thought it was like common knowledge among our Resident Evil heroes, but they're acting so confused about it. So I was like, are we retconning? Did I misread something?
Yeah. They wouldn't know.
Leon wouldn't know. I watched one video just to like get
maybe like Ada knew, and Ada obviously doesn't share information.
The consensus right now is that it's leaning towards that if you're not remake 2, 3, or 4 or 7, 8, 9, you can't be considered canon right now. Crazy. So anything in one,
it's a theory. That's a theory.
It's not confirmed, but like there's more against than 4 right now that says that like 5 has
they're gonna remake them all.
That needs to be remade. There's too many inconsistencies that like it cannot work. So like, don't think 5 and 6. Don't think specifically Resident Evil 1,
because there's a lot of stuff from
0,
those
1,
games
5, and 6, and Code Veronica. You cannot take anything in those games as being considered absolutely canonical. It's almost like the Star Wars crap with like the expanded universe. It's like at that level right now where it's like
it's
Capcom's
canon
gonna
until
have
they
to
tell
do
me
something.
it's not.
Eventually
like
Capcom's gonna probably clarify it.
It feels like 1 is safe, because like
So far, 1 seems safe. Yeah.
Yeah, because like even the stuff in 8 with Spencer and Miranda, where I was like that verged on feeling retconny to me, where it's like, oh, he learned it from her, like, and it's this weird mold mushroom virus thing. But like, that was him when he was like a student, like a strapping young college lad, you know? So it's like, okay, that
Young
actually,
Spencer.
it makes sense that like something had to put him on this like track, right? And it's, but that like works in with 1. So yeah. It would be weird to invalidate 1, but
right.
Right,
Yeah.
I'll be
But
honest,
now there's rumors they're remaking 0 and 1 and Code Veronica. So that like if all of those are in development and they already remade 2, 3, and 4, now all of a sudden we're 2 away. Might as well remake 5 and 6 at this point if you were literally remaking
6 Redemption, dude.
I honestly thought about a 6 Redemption because of like Leon's moves in remake 4 and this one, and just like the axe or the hatchet and stuff. And I was just like, wow, if they do remake 6 and they like really capture the fucking like John Wick gun kata vibe of it, it'd be cool.
It's funny
ground it
because,
a little bit because 6 is a little too much, but
it's funny because like 4 and this like are goofy as shit, and like you know, and that's the magic of Resident Evil, is like the camp and the horror blend together so perfectly.
It's like,
and
for me, it's always like 85% serious and like 15% camp, which I love.
Then some of the games go like 4 is 68% serious. It's like, but like this one blended it so effectively, and like. I feel like 6 is such, like, historically speaking for Capcom, like 6 was a very important, like, I feel like it needed to happen. Like they needed to learn a lesson from 6 to give us 7, 8, and 9.
Absolutely. And Revelations even.
Revelations,
it was like, okay, things were going the other way after 6, which was so awesome for sure. It's honestly important. So the endings, here we are. Like, if you enter the wrong password, it self-destructs. Xeno kills Leon brutally. It is insane. And then he's like buried in the, you know, it's like being destroyed or whatever. And it's like,
But he does save Grace, to his credit.
Yeah. Oh, he does.
Grace.
He says, at least I can save you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting. That's the thing, is like Xeno did like. I took it at face value what he was saying to Grace was just like, help us out. Like, let this out. We'll be good to you.
He felt genuine.
It's like a heel turn. He's like, look, I'm not trying to kill you. I just want to be a billionaire and give everyone in the world a virus. Like, I'm a good guy.
Exactly.
That ending also disregards Victor, though, because if you do hope in the other ending, it's like, who's waiting for you down there? It's like, it's clear one's the intended. Yeah, for sure.
Victor hype. We're going to get into the one final fucking insane ass reveal. Oh my God. So if you do the right, if you enter the correct password, you know, it turns out it's an antivirus, not a virus. So everyone's cured or whatever.
Was cool. He was just like, he does it to himself. Like, it felt so good because you're like, and like
the dramatic irony.
She's like looking at him and she's like, I'm pretty sure this is a cure. Like, is this gonna work? Like,
yeah, that was cool. Like, his eyes changed to normal, but it's really hard to tell because he had sunglasses on before, you know? Yeah. It's really cool stuff.
His skin, like the scarring, the black scarring, like the blackness just kind of goes away, but he's still scarred. So you're like, what's happening? It's like,
this is my powers. Like such a Dragon Ball Z thing to say. Yeah.
So silly.
So right. So he gets pissed. Yeah. But then fucking Victor shows up.
Yeah.
And just goes nuts.
Well, before he goes nuts, but I also love, like in this cutscene,
out.
I love that he kills him, but then I love that he's like, because he's so like Spencer pilled, he's just like,
my master,
genius, the master in his ultimate wisdom. Like,
yes,
of course.
Yes,
you know? It's just like,
a servant till the end.
Yeah, it's so
and
good.
What does he turn into?
Not a snake.
Fucking nemesis.
A giant ass nemesis, dude. Remake 3 vibes. blown away by this. We've got Tyrant, we've got Nemesis, we've got RPD, we've got Spencer. We've got it all in this game. They threw the entire kitchen sink at us.
I also like that Leon literally says, he goes like, a nemesis?
Yes.
Like, and it's like,
He knows all the bioweapons.
Well, but it's like, oh yeah, that is like an in-universe. That's what that's called. Like, of course you would know that. It made me laugh too when he literally called it a puzzle in RPD. When he was like, that was a weird puzzle. I'm like, yeah, what else would you call it?
Self-aware.
It's like,
So good. So you take him out. Big boss fight, obviously.
Takes down the ceiling with him, of course.
And then
I thought this was crazy. In that boss fight, like you can just like parry the tentacles.
Fucking sick.
Oh,
This thing's like slamming down these huge arms. And you're just like, bing. It feels great. It feels like an action game. Well, I mean, it is an action game. And yeah, it just feels really, really
Devil
good.
May Cry
Leon.
vibes.
You can parry liquor attacks. You can parry the tyrant swipes. Yeah, like obviously, and we talk about hung. I mean,
I did miss Jules' railgun here though in this fight. I missed that.
Yeah. But like the strength behind it, it's like a little like power level stuff. It's like you should probably be like kind of recoiling a bit from those impacts.
Yeah.
It's like
like really, you would parry it and it wouldn't hurt you maybe, but you'd still go flying or something like. Yeah.
Visually though, I think the boss had a great presence. Like it really felt like a final boss. You know what I mean? Like it was a really cool scene.
They go
the
big.
The two phases of it were really good. Where it's like you fight him as a on bipedal tyrant style, and then you think it's over, and then like
love
arena
his
boss,
cool arm. His little blade arm, so cool.
Very good.
the electric attacks.
And of course, it wouldn't be a Resident Evil game if you know who didn't make his presence felt. Chris Redfield sending in the extremely underutilized, and they're just building it up. They're building it up. The fucking Wolfhound unit,
dude,
has been built up. That is the multiplayer game we're gonna get. A fucking Outbreak with the Wolfhound unit or something.
That's gonna be the DLC.
They're building
That's
this
the
team
DLC,
up. Yeah. But they send him in, they're like, Chris Redfield sent us, blah, name dropping.
Well, and Leon is even like, where is Chris? Or Sherry says, where is Chris? And Leon's like, I don't fucking know.
He's out doing some shit. Punished Chris. Everyone's punished. Everyone is so punished.
He's out somewhere looking thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then in the aftermath, we learn that the existence of ARC has caused a public scandal. New investigations.
Cool to see in ARC while you're exploring, you can see the prices they're selling these things for too, which is like one tyrant is like 120 billion or 120 million dollars.
Fucking cool.
Okay.
Liquors were cheap, man.
Great call.
Liquors are cheap. They're a deal.
One of my favorites.
At 10 million or whatever.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite documents. Thank you for reminding me about that one. That one's sick.
Well, it's cool
because that's my ultimate obsession with the franchise. Is like that's what I love. It's like the bioweapon vibe of it, like selling and creating this shit.
Well, and I feel like that's like it's what all of these games are about, but we so rarely see just like the logistics of that.
Yeah.
To be like, oh yeah, this fancy room is where they take shady buyers from wherever and be like, here, these specimens are liquors. Here's a pack of zombies you can buy. We have a special right now for $16 million. You can get 10 of them. Like, whatever. It's just like, you can see some like shady bastard like giving a PowerPoint presentation on power levels of bioweapons.
All going back to the Spencer Mansion incident, sending stars in to fucking test the bioweapons. Like, are they good?
Yeah.
Come find out. In a post-credit scene, Grace informs Leon that she has adopted Emily. Yes.
Very nice.
Yes. Loved that.
And that they're still friends. They're talking on the phone, her and Leon. Like, that's cool.
Loved
cool,
that.
actually.
And she regained her eyesight. She could see again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting. Yeah. Everyone's all cured now. So, like...
Elpis, baby.
The implications of Elpis moving forward, like
the goddess of hope.
Yeah, like where do you even go from here now in this franchise?
You go to 10 with Rose and Jill, bitch.
But if Elpis, but if Elpis has like cured everything, What?
Well, that's the question though, because the facility got destroyed. So I think that they took a few vials of it to fix
New virus.
Leon, to fix Emily, to do this and that. They had a few left, right? But like the facility was destroyed, so it's like they probably had a couple samples to maybe try to like reverse engineer the cure, but like they don't have the facility anymore.
Yeah,
I think it'll be really easy to have a yellow tube and like stick into a zombie, and then the zombie's like, "Ha!" and you're like, "Oh shit!" You know what I mean? Like
new strain.
New strain will be really easy, but I do like the idea at least that there is some sort of upheaval suddenly, you know, in that world. You know, I think that was cool.
Yeah,
but also well, I was just gonna say this is a cure for the like T-virus strain, the Spencer strains.
Yeah.
It probably not a cure for the metamycete, the progenitor.
Wouldn't have worked in 7 or 8.
Yeah, the other stuff. Like it probably wouldn't work. Or you know, it'd be really cool. Oh, this is actually cool. Jill or somebody is in Wolfhound or whatever going in, has the cure, and they're like, "Don't worry, we've fashioned these dart bullets for you that can cure anything. You'll be fine. You'll be actually that's the premise of 10. Probably you're going out to save people who are converted or whatever, but like you use it on somebody that has progenitor or Les Plagas or metamycete or whatever, makes them worse. Makes them
That'd
worse.
be sick.
Like
because it's just presumed.
You're introducing T-virus to them. It like doubles them.
Yeah.
Instead of cures them, right? Like that would be cool.
Sick. Yeah, I don't know if we fully know yet 100% if it cures that stuff, but it really felt like it was curing everything. That was just kind of the vibe I got when the game was ending. It was like, we just eradicate like all the bioweapons?
The facility blew up. They don't have very much of it.
Yeah.
You would need a shit. Think about COVID. Like think about how much vaccine is required like per city.
Yeah.
You know?
The last shot, though, are 2 soldiers saying they've neutralized the remaining BSAA forces and will retrieve their objective. This, I feel like, is why I didn't think it was Hunk, right? Is because...
That's Hunk?
And it sounded like him, unless I'm getting my cutscene order confused. This character sounded like Hunk from 2.
I need the actual line because I feel like they even mention Wolfhound. They're like, we got to get out of here before Wolfhound shows up.
Yeah, who
Wolfhound is fucking legendary, and they've been in the game for like 100 seconds total.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah. It was so insane. And all right, that's it. Wow. Any final thoughts from anybody about Resident Evil Requiem? Anything we missed? Anything you want to bring up?
I need to go back and watch the final cutscenes again because I've heard about Leon's wedding ring, but I haven't actually gone and seen it.
It's even in the concept art. It's like they make note of it. Yeah.
Who's he married to?
Who's he
married to?
What a fun reveal, right? To just do the ring and not mention any dialogue, no hints in anything. Like just the ring is a really fun video game.
And is he married the whole time, or does he get married in the intervening, like months after the game and the epilogue? Right, like because like clearly there's a bit of a time jump.
It's right after Arc. It's right after Arc. He pulls off his glove, which is healed now, and he puts the ring on.
Honestly, my favorite part of 6 was Helena Harper. That would be cool if they were married. I'm not gonna lie. It'd be fucking random and it'd be fucking awesome. Helena Harper.
Shipping. The thing I want to talk about is like the idea of this being Requiem. The one scene that we didn't talk about that I think was really impactful is, and I mean this can be cheap in writing, but I think in this case it was nice. Grace straight up says, "Leon, why are you doing this?" And he says, you know, back in Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
You know, I was powerless. I couldn't do anything. He says, now I feel like I can do something to stop it. So just like it was cool. Like obviously you get the character motivation, but it's cool to see, I guess, this video game character who's been through a lot of shit actually like impacted from the events of Resident Evil 2. You feel like the weight of those experiences actually in this character now. And I think that was really cool. And so I think like that led into how you're feeling for him the entire time you're in Arc, right? And into that final fight. And so like I really appreciated that. I feel like that was the intent of that whole game is that scene, you know? So like that was cool.
Yeah. Well, and also like it shines a light on his like you said, his motivations too, because it's also like I think he's going into this assuming he's not going to live.
Yeah.
Like, I think he thinks he's going to die. And I also think he thinks he wants to be somewhere where he won't cause any trouble if he changes. Mm-hmm. Like, he's like getting himself off the board, kind of. He's like going where all the monsters are. So, like, he's just another monster. Like, yeah.
Turns into a beast. Leon is a beast. Remember
crazy.
we all thought Chris was going to turn into a werewolf in the village?
Yeah. It's on the box art. It would be heavily implied. Yeah. It's half werewolf, half Chris. It's like, okay, so this is the werewolf game. I got it.
Werewolf game, right. Yeah, we're about there, yeah.
Fucking loved it. One of the
Really
best
good.
Resident Evil games. One of the best games. It's my favorite franchise, so it's just one of my favorites. And now we're just waiting. Now we're waiting for DLC. We're waiting for the next chapter. Capcom spoils us with this franchise so much.
DLC comes fairly quickly often, too.
It's hard. It's easy to be patient because they spoil us, but it's also hard to be patient because they spoil us. Does that make sense? It's like, all right, well, you're obviously you're cooking something. What is it? Like,
do we have to wait 1 year or 2
keep
years?
feeding us. Yeah, exactly.
What's your guess? What do you think it's going to be?
For the DLC or for the next game?
For the DLC.
The DLC.
Next game's like 4 years away. You know, it'll be a while.
DLC.
There'll be a remake in a year or two, I think.
I feel like
for
Mercenaries is a lock. We got to get some Mercenaries.
I think, yeah, fun, goofy thing like that. But I think...
Like Raccoon City Mercenaries with like multiple playable characters would be really fun.
I always love... One of my favorite things in Resident Evil games is your separate ways style.
Oh, yeah.
Thing where it's like you see another perspective that you maybe didn't even know was like in 4 it makes sense because like you see her, but like I always love, and they did it as part of the main story in this, like 2 different perspectives on the same events, you know. I would love them to add a third perspective on these events, like even if it's a short thing, and if it is those soldier guys or if it's somebody else
Wolfhound
like Chris or
so
Wolfhound, or I mean, to me,
Ada,
Pie in the Sky, it's
obviously.
Jill. Pie in the Sky.
Jill deserves her own game.
We see
It's
what
time.
Jill is up to.
Jill has not led her own video game since Resident Evil fucking 3, and that is absolutely insanity. That is insane.
And they
Revelations, I guess, but like it's a spin-off. There's other characters in there you play as. Like, give us Resident Evil 10 or something with Jill for sure.
But also,
Please.
like, they have, like, speaking in real world terms, like, they've been reusing the remake voice actors for stuff, the voice, like, the models and things like that. Like, they have the Jill remake voice actor, you know?
Yeah.
So, who knows? Also, playing something as Alyssa would be interesting, like, seeing how she uncovered stuff. Might be cool. Like, in a regular world, like, little side story, that'd
be fun. Yeah, that'd be really fun playing as Alyssa.
4 DLCs is what I'm saying. Give us 4 DLCs.
Sure.
Give us all of it.
Because I feel like that's like RE7's got some of my favorite DLC with the Bayou uncle.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Who was
Joe
like
Baker.
Totally like a totally different tone and totally different like kind of gameplay that you're doing. You know what I mean? I would love like
Punching
punch
crocodiles, Kyle.
yeah. So obviously that's probably not the first DLC, but if we could get there, that'd be fun.
Well, they had a Zoe one for that. There were like 3 DLCs for 7, weren't there?
Yeah.
There was a Chris one, a Zoe one, and a Joe one.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And then Village, of course, had Rose, which is a whole big thing. Like story-wise, too.
What year is it now at the end of
The
9?
year! 12 May!
Wait, what's the year of what?
What year is it at the end of 9? Because Rose in the end of...
2023. They're in 2023.
Oh, okay. Because at the end of 8, they say it's like 2034 or something like that.
Yeah, because Rose has been like aged up.
Because she's like 17 or 16 or whatever. And then they say Resident Evil... In this, they say that the quarantine is extended to 2040.
Sorry.
Yeah.
October 2026 is the end of Requiem.
2026.
Sorry.
So they're current. Okay.
Yeah.
So if there is going to be a 10 with Rose, it would have to be 10 years from now in universe.
Well, with Elpis now, there could be a long period of peace, a long period of no bioterror. You know, you pick up with 10 and it is an entirely new era of Resident
So,
Evil.
but
Like they
wait,
do. A new trilogy begins, and it's like, we've had peace for so long. Like, everyone's out of practice. All your characters are older. They don't even like mess around really with bioweapons anymore.
But this is tricky too, because now we do have an in-universe cutscene from 10 years later is at the end of that,
Yeah,
where
it's like
she's getting in the car with that guy and she's like, don't make me tell Chris or whatever, like I'll use my powers on you.
Yeah. It's like it reminds me of Uncharted, because Uncharted 4 does something similar where they jump way forward, but then Uncharted Lost Legacy was set before that.
Yeah.
So it's like they could still come out with games set before, but alrighty.
That's about it.
That is it. That is Resident Evil Requiem. We really, Kyle, thank you so much for joining us.
This
Obviously,
was a
first
long
and
talk.
foremost,
That was fun.
we love it. We love you. We love Resident Evil here. We'll get that full playthrough going, insanity mode or something. We are Easy Allies. Consider subscribing to our Patreon. Patreon.com/Easy Allies. We are also on twitch.tv/Easy Allies. YouTube as well. We're on all of that stuff, talking about video games all the time. What about you, Kyle? Where can they find you?
Twitch.tv/Kyle Bosman, YouTube.com/Kyle Bosman.
There it is.
Nice and easy.
Yes. So you know where to find us. And now all we can do is wait for more Resident Evil. We're so spoiled. We love it. Thanks so much, everybody.
Spoiler mode, final warning, spoiler mode activated.